Now, we proudly present Berwick Bulldogs football on Pop Radio. Brought to you by Bob Subs, W&L Subaru, Nissan, Mazda, and Collision Center, First Columbia Bank and Trust, Flick Brothers Electric, Independence Ford, Preferred Portables, Mayo Funeral Home, Neighbor Fence Company, S.J. Kowalski, Reds Roofing, Nespoli Jewelers, MD Accounting, Mason Monogram, Eco First, Lehigh Valley Health Network, and Blaze Alexander Family Buick GMC of Bloomsburg. Now, with Andy Ulickney, here's the voice of the Dogs, Jim Doyle.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight from Crispin Field in Berwick, it's the Bulldogs in their regular season finale, taking on the Cougars of Hazleton area. I am Jim Doyle. I'm joined by Andy Ulickney. The producer of this broadcast is Julie Lentz. Well, a very special night at Crispin Field this evening. It is senior night. 12 Bulldogs playing their final game at Crispin Field. It will not be their final game as high school football players. There's a very, very good chance that Berwick will be in the postseason playoff. Talk more about that later on, but right now we can tell you that this will be the final appearance at Crispin Field for these 12 young men as they come in against a Hazleton area team with an identical record to Berwick. Both teams are 2-7. Berwick seniors will have the incentive of playing their final game here. Hazleton area's 9 seniors will have the incentive of playing their final game overall. There will be no playoff this year for the Cougars. Berwick realizes that their season could have been better with a little easier schedule. The 7 teams that beat Berwick have a combined record of 49-14. For Hazleton area, they think their record could be much better as well. 5 of their 7 losses were by 7 points or less. So both teams think this is one they should have, which makes for a very, very interesting game to come here tonight. Andy Ulickney with us for Bulldogs football. Andy, regardless of the type of season you have, regardless of your season record, I think there's always 3 special nights. Opening night, homecoming, and senior night. You went through a senior night. It is something special.
It is, Jim. You know, it's the last time you're going to be in front of your crowd on that turf, under those lights. It becomes very emotional, and you know, it carries through not just for the players, but for the seniors. The players around them are kind of saying goodbye to this season on this particular surface. The fans, the parents, you know, you have a different type of crowd coming out for this one. It's extremely special.
Well, that emotion that you talked about can be a positive. I guess it can be a negative as well if you're trying too hard.
Yeah, if you get that way. And how about Hazleton? They're not just, you know, it's not the last on their stadium. It's their last ever for their seniors. So it does balance out where who's going to handle the emotion the best. Where does that emotion turn into adrenaline and turn into a good focus of play? We'll see which team handles that better.
Berwick seniors are Luke Peters, Ethan Lear, Tyler Winter, Aiden Wiest, Josh Kishbaugh, Jimmy DeAndrea, Harrison Snyder, Luke Krepich, Mike Fell, Liam Carroll, Ramon Cornelio, and Braylon Hawkins. And as that season went along, obviously it's not a season up to Berwick's standards and up to their history, but I never got the impression that this team quits. I think a great example was last week. The rain is pouring down. The Bulldogs are down 33-14. They come back within 6 and have a good opportunity to win the game.
Yeah, I think Bo Orlando said it very well. If Everett Snyder was just a tad faster and could have taken that sort of fumble return all the way back and in. Boy, what a play he did make to get him within that range. But then, you know, the elements took over a lot in that game, Jim. I would have liked to have seen that game played on a dry field with the more neutral circumstances.
2 players who have stood out for Berwick really from the beginning. The quarterback, Ethan Lear, the running back, Tyler Winter. Considering that a year ago, Lear played very little at quarterback. Winter only got in at the end of blowouts as far as the running back is concerned. They have come up big in their senior season.
Yeah, they'll credit their offensive line, which has been well-schooled. They've been coached well. But the fact that you're reading a zone read, you're reading an option, you're coming in, you're meshing, you're looking at what's going to be there. Both happen to be very tough-nosed runners as well as, you know, the finesse of that particular play. They were standout performers on a team that sadly for them, the record's not showing how well they played.
Hazleton area has a running back named Brady Mazenko. He's 5'11", 225 pounds. He's closing in on a 1,000-yard season, even though he's missed some time with injury. That'll be a big emphasis of the Berwick defense.
Yeah, I was looking at the numbers, Jim. I think he has 899 yards. That's almost 100 yards a game in a 9-game season so far. But then I realized, wait, he didn't play all 9 games, so he's comfortably over 100 yards a game. He's tough, and when he wasn't in, Ashton Carlick carried the load with a 175-yard game. So they'll credit their offensive line as well as making the seams for them, but good running backs and a very good running game.
And to be by later with the keys to tonight's game, when we return, we'll hear from Dennis Bookman, the head coach of the Cougars of Hazleton area. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Experience a drive that makes you feel more connected than ever before at W&L Mazda. Discover the exhilarating power and stunning design of the all-new Mazda CX-90. Right now, we have as low as 3.9% financing for 60 months on this third-row SUV with seating up to 8, or go swiftly and confidently in a fuel-efficient Mazda CX-30, which offers up to 33 miles per gallon and as low as 2.9% financing for 60 months. We're off Route 11 in Northumberland. Online at WNLMazda.com. Financing for well-qualified applicants only. Offer cannot be combined with any other offers. See dealer for complete details and October 31st.
Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick, the roofing experts for all of our listening area. With over 30 years experience and great rates, why go anywhere else when Red's Roofing will get the job done right for your roofing, decks, and siding, specializing in metal roofs, rubber roofs, and shingles. Most of the work is done in one day. Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas, now located in Dushore and also serving Bradford and Sullivan counties with owner Harry Titus, a supporter of the Berwick football team and St. Jude Children's Hospital. Call 570-752-4351.
As a community bank, First Columbia Bank and Trust knows the value of helping our young people dream, excel, and reach their goals. For more than 120 years, First Columbia has been committed to helping our communities prosper and our youth succeed. We're proud to invest in our youth through athletics, the arts, and education. First Columbia Bank and Trust, with you and your children every step of the way.
Every step of the way.
On a freshly baked bun. Subs and Pizza? Oh, it's so good. Bob's Subs and Pizza in Berwick. Taste the difference.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Regular season finale here at Crispin Field with the Bulldogs. Renew a rivalry with the Cougars of Hazleton area. Weather. High school football season. Well, as we mentioned earlier, Hazleton area enters tonight's game with a 2-7 record, but 5 of those losses were by 7 points or less. Cougars head coach Dennis Bookman explains his team's problems in
front on the edges and in the back half skill-wise. Veterans improvement is impressive. It's just some of those youthful things that are taking place. For example, against Williamsport, we turned the ball over 3 times. One turnover was huge for us with under 3.5 minutes left as we're at the plus 41-yard line, 2nd and 5, and we end up losing possession of the ball, and that led to Williamsport being able to drive down the field and kick a field goal to win. So certainly right now, like I said, we feel that it's, some youthful mistakes, but also you see the marked improvement from not only a game-to-game basis right now, but a daily basis in terms of getting better together.
Brady Mazenko is in his first season as the feature running back, and he's having a good season. Tell us about him.
Absolutely, and Brady's an example. He's one of our senior leaders. This is actually his first year playing offense, period, for us. Brady, he does everything for our team in terms of a leadership perspective. He's a tremendous role model for the younger guys in our program to look up to and understand and know how to do things the right way, not only on the field but in the classroom. He's done an exceptional job this year in his first year as the feature back for us. He's our workhorse. There's no secret about that. Any game that he's been readily available to play here, he has missed some time in a few games, but each game he's been available for us, he's our guy, and he's allowed some of these younger skilled players to continue to develop without having to have, the early pressure of being the only guy or guys to make plays. So Brady, he means so much to me personally and so much to our program and so much to our product on the field each Friday night.
Well, like your team, Berwick has had some tough losses, like last Friday's 6-point loss at Crestwood. You've had a good look at them. What concerns you about them?
First of all, the job that Coach Orlando and his staff have done is tremendous. It starts with their quarterback, Ethan Lear, who is as dynamic as any quarterback, not only I feel in our conference, but in the district as a whole. He's a guy who can not only beat you with his arm, but as he's shown time and time again, he can make plays in the run game with his legs, whether it's on true reads or design quarterback runs. You can tell that he has varsity experience in terms of playing in previous years. Keeps those guys calm and collected, no moments too big for him. So it's certainly, for them offensively, in my opinion, it starts with him. And how about Tyler Winter this year? The way that he's played, he's an aggressive back that wants to work downhill and also has the speed and quickness to make splash plays for them. Offensively, they have a number of other skill players on the edges that consistently can make plays for them. Whether you're looking at Braylon Hawkins or Josh Kishbaugh or William Hansen, any of those guys. And then also in terms of skill players, their fullback. He's a nice player. Wants to work downhill too, to be able to allow, whether it's Winter or Lear, to be able to crease things for them. And certainly then it's Berwick football. They have guys up front that their physicality is displayed time and time again, on film on both sides of the ball. That's really impressive. As you said, they've had some close games this year, and also have beaten, two really nice opponents. Have a win at Williamsport. Defensively, they're fast, they're aggressive in the odd front that they have in their 3-4. They put a lot on their back half players too, and rightfully so, to make plays in the pass game. And limit plays for the offense, in terms of the vertical game. So just overall, really impressed with Berwick this year. And like I said, that starts with Coach Orlando, his staff, and, certainly the players are bought in, playing hard each and every week for them.
That's Dennis Bookman, now in his 4th season as head coach of the Cougars of Hazleton area. He is the 7th Hazleton area head coach since that jointure in 1992 between Hazleton, West Hazleton, and Freeland. He's actually the first Hazleton area grad to be the head coach. He was a 4-year varsity player for the Cougars, All-State as a defensive back in 2006. His career mark now 22-17. Last year they were 8-3. Figured to struggle a bit with only 5 starters back from that team, and they have 2-7 coming into this game against the Bulldogs here tonight. We'll be back and check the starting lineup for the Cougars. You're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio.
Even though it's Halloween at Alexander Family Buick GMC in Bloomsburg, we're not afraid. We're not afraid of the strike because we have over 90 new Buicks and GMCs in stock now and more on the way. Plus, we need your trade. So we're also giving you a 20% buyback bonus on your trade. You'll get 20% over the KBB fair trade value. So there's nothing to fear here. Just great selection, great deals, and more for your trade. All this month at Alexander Family Buick GMC. The lowest price guaranteed.
Save today on a great selection of the best appliance brands and discover top-notch service at Flick Brothers Electric in Bloomsburg. Browse their showroom, which features appliances in a variety of different kitchen configurations and offers appliances and water heaters for every budget. Flick Brothers showcases top names like GE and GE Monogram, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, KitchenAid, Maytag, Sharp, Amana, and built in the USA Speed Queen and Viking appliances. Flick Brothers Electric, Maple Lane, Bloomsburg for over 65 years. Call 570-784-3444.
I'm Lance Steele, President of First Columbia Bank.
I'm Rob Glunk, President of Muncie Bank.
On November 11th, First Columbia Bank and Muncie Bank are joining to become Journey Bank.
Journey Bank customers will have access to 22 convenient community offices across our 5-county region. Customers will enjoy the same exceptional service from the same team.
Our banks are coming together with a commitment to serving our communities as a strong local bank for years to come.
Journey Bank, with you every step of the way on your financial journey.
You have reached the end of the internet.
Whoa.
Honey! With fast, reliable fiber internet from J-Link, you can get to the things you want to see online faster and more affordably. Plans start as low as $29.95 a month. So switch to J-Link fiber internet today and experience the internet faster. Maybe you'll have more time to enjoy other stuff with the money you'll save too. Learn more about J-Link fiber internet now at jlink.net. Currently available in Bloomsburg only.
This is Berg football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Senior night festivities have just concluded here at Crespin Field as we get ready for the regular season finale. The Bulldogs against the Cougars of Hazleton area. Here's the starting lineup for Hazleton area. At a wide receiver, number 6, Johansel Moran. He is a 6'2", 170-pound sophomore, 13 receptions on the season for 230 yards and 2 touchdowns. The left tackle is number 58, Brian Calcano, 6 foot, 245, a senior. The left guard is number 54, Peter Youngcourt, 6 foot, 225, a senior. Robbie Anderson is the starting center for the Cougs. He's 5'10", 220, a senior. Tommy King starts at right guard, number 73, 5'10", 265, a junior. And the right tackle, number 74, Jeremy Ackerman, 6'2", 225 pounds, a junior. Riley Van Giltz is another wide receiver. He wears number 3. He's 5'11", 170, a junior. 11 catches on the season, but for 212 yards and 4 touchdowns. Another wide out is number 2, Carlos Gonzalez. He's 5'10", 175, a junior. 7 catches for 43, make that 9 catches for 136 yards. The quarterback is a 9th grader, Freddie Cordero, 6'2", 160 pounds. A junior, Austin Wilson, had been the quarterback for most of the season. He was injured 2 weeks ago in the first half of the game against Wyoming Valley West, is out for the remainder of the season. He was completing 55% of his passes, doing well as a first-year starter. In fact, he was the second leading rusher on the team with 430 yards. Cordero, limited time. He did play the entire game against Williamsport last week. He is 8 for 15 for 129 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. The leading rusher is Brady Mazenko. He wears number 42. He's a 5'11", 225-pound senior, 889 yards rushing and 6 touchdowns. The fullback will be number 8, Hunter Johnson. He's 5'10", 190, a junior. He will alternate with number 9, Xander Coleman, a 6'3", 235-pound senior. Those are the starters for Hazleton area under Dennis Bookman in his 4th season as head coach. They come in with a record of 2-7. For Berwick, at the tight end, number 34, Harrison Snyder. He is 6'3", 220, a senior, 5 catches on the season for 76 yards. The left tackle's number 56, J.J. Leonard, 6 foot, 230, a sophomore. Liam Carroll starts at left guard. He wears number 78, 5'10", 232, a senior. Gavin Jones missed last game with injury. They hope to have him back for tonight's game. He's been the center most of this season, number 51, 5'7", 195, a junior. The right guard got his first start last week. He did pretty well, number 70, Draven Geiger, 6 foot, 265, a sophomore. And the right tackle, number 64, Chase Shuckers, 6'1", 268, a junior. The leading receiver for the Bulldogs is Billy Hansen, 6'1", 168, a junior. Even though he's missed 2 games with injury, 24 receptions on the season for 183 yards and a touchdown. The quarterback, number 3, Ethan Lear, 6'1", 185, a senior, has completed 53% of his passes for 818 yards, 3 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. He is the second leading rusher on this team. 121 carries, 448 yards, and 8 touchdowns. 3 of those touchdowns coming last week at Crestwood in a game in which he went over 100 yards rushing. Tyler Winter went over 100 as well in that game. He is the leading rusher on the season. The 5'7", 165-pound senior who wears number 5. 791 yards rushing and 9 touchdowns. He's also caught 7 passes for 90 yards. Bulldogs very happy to have Jimmy DeAndrea back from injury. He's 5'11", 195, a senior, starting fullback. 33 carries, 172 yards, and 2 touchdowns. I mentioned Billy Hansen as a wide receiver. Josh Kishbaugh, another receiver, 5'10", 160, senior, 14 catches for 169 yards. And Ty Wilkerson, speedy sophomore at 6'1", 165, 16 catches for 116 yards. Those are the starters offensively for Berwick under acting head coach Bo Orlando. Bulldogs come in with a record of 2-7. Berwick against Hazleton area. Keys to tonight's game, Andy Lick.
I think the keys, Jim, is going to be to stop the run. I think that goes both ways. Neither team is all that proficient in the passing game. Ethan Lear can throw, and he has some receivers with nice numbers. But it's the Berwick running game that's featured. And as for Hazleton, hey, they're starting a freshman quarterback. So I think they're going to rely on Brady Mizanak and his running abilities. So we'll see how it does go. Whether it's going to be the zone read of Berwick or whether it's going to be the rushing game headlined by Brady Mizareco for Hazleton. With Hazleton, they'd love to control the game on the ground. They're having a freshman quarterback get the start, and they have a great running back in Brady Mizareco. 116 carries on the season, 889 yards. I told you I was looking at that earlier, thinking just about 900 yards in 9 games, 100 yards a game average is great. But he didn't play all 9 games, so he's well over 100 yards average. And, they're a strong running team, even with Mizareco out. They did very well with the backup in Ashton Carlick. He rushed for 175 yards. So it shows some impressive numbers, so there must be an excellent line. It has nice size, 236 pounds per man. They move people out. They create the seam. And whether it's that leading rusher on the season, Mizareco, or whether it's a backup, they managed to make it happen. And they'll need to do it on the ground. They're going to be protecting the quarterback in Freddie Cordero. He's just a freshman. Now, he looked good in warm-ups, I'll tell you. He has the moves. He bounces on his feet nice. He throws a good ball. But he doesn't have the experience. They're really missing junior Austin Wilson. You mentioned he threw 55% completion rate on the season, 756 yards. But he's out. So the freshman's in. And while he looked impressive in the warm-ups, he just doesn't have the passing numbers or experience. Just 8 of 15 passing for 109 yards and very limited action. And he doesn't seem to pose the rushing threat that you would see with the other quarterback. When we looked at the numbers for Austin Wilson at quarterback, he had tremendous numbers on the season. He rushed for 430 yards. That's certainly a good counter to the other running backs when he's in the game. But right now, it seems like they're not going to run much with the freshman. It'll be pretty much the solid running game, limited pass, and limited quarterback running. What's Berwick got to do to stop it? Well, they got to step up. One big advantage they do have is having their linebacker, Jimmy DeAndrea, back. He's the focus of that defense. He's the most aggressive player. He really goes after people well. He's on the inside. He'll be able to defend left, right, and straight up the middle. So it's tremendous for Berwick to have that linebacker back. They're also developing a lot of talent. We saw Luke Krepich at nose guard. He's going to play again this week there. He had a nice game. And we're going to see some of the big sophomore Draven Geiger. He played some offense last week. We're going to see him some at defensive tackle. So Berwick having people develop over the course of the season, stepping into the lineup here late in the season, and people coming back from injury. So they're going to focus on the run, try to stop that, make sure there's no pop passing that hurts them, and they hope that they can stop the strong Hazleton running game. Flip it around, you have Berwick's zone read, and boy, it's been very, very tough for people to stop it. Hazleton, though, gives you a very unique look, Jim. It's a 4-2-5 offense. 5 people listed in the secondary. Now, 2 outside will creep up like outside linebackers on occasions. The rest of the secondary, anticipating run, will creep up. But they still have to worry about the pass with that look. So I'll be interested to see how this 4-2-5 forms against Berwick's running game and how they choose to go in defending that zone read. They want to get the most out of their inside linebackers. That's their key players. Hunter Johnson is one on the inside, 5'10", 190 pounds, good size. But Xander Coleman, boy, he's huge for high school linebacker. 6'3", 235, probably their best defender. We'll see how these running games match up as we get into it rather soon, Jimmy Doyle.
Bulldogs have made their appearance on the near side of the field. I'm sure you heard that in the background. They're wearing their blue camo jerseys tonight with white helmets, white pants, white numerals and trim. Still waiting the arrival on the far side of the field of the Cougars of Hazleton area. We'll be back with the kickoff. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Don't let orthopedic issues keep you from doing what you love. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute is your orthopedic partner in Hazleton. With same-day appointments available, our team of experts treat everything from joint pain and sports injuries to orthopedic trauma. Live life fully again with Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, located at 26 Station Circle in the Humboldt Industrial Park. Visit lvhn.org/ortho or call 833-LV-ORTHO. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Your health deserves a partner.
Hi, this is Cassidy from the Independence Ford Service Department, Route 11 in Bloomsburg. Does your Ford or Lincoln vehicle need service? Having trouble getting an appointment at your usual service center? At Independence Ford, we can and will take care of all your service needs. Regardless of where you purchase your Ford or Lincoln vehicle, our goal is to get you back on the road. Give me a call for an appointment today at 784-1414.
Come and get a great deal and total satisfaction.
Independence Ford, better people, better prices.
Mason's Monogramming has the largest selection of Bulldog items in Berwick. Family owned with more than 30 years experience and new Bulldog wear for every age, including masks, tees, polos, sweater shirts, jackets, and hats. They even have brand new indestructible silicone cups, koozies, car coasters, decals, and more. Shop at masonsmonogram.com for their new items and select in-person pickup or shipping right to you. Follow their Instagram at Mason's Monogram for their latest new items. Mason's Monogram service in Berwick. Let them personalize for you.
Looking for convenient and reliable dumpster rentals for your residential or commercial project? EcoFirst Logistics has you covered with dumpster rentals from Bloomsburg to Hazleton and surrounding areas. Their dumpster rental service is designed to make waste disposal easy, hassle-free, and eco-friendly. Whether you're planning a construction or renovation project, junk removal, or a major cleanup, they carry a range of dumpster sizes to fit your needs and ensure that what can be saved is sorted out. On the web at eco-firstlogistics.com or on Facebook.
Even though it's Halloween at Alexander Family Buick GMC in Bloomsburg, we're not afraid. We're not afraid of the strike because we have over 90 new Buicks and GMCs in stock now and more on the way. Plus, we need your trade. So we're also giving you a 20% buyback bonus on your trade. You'll get 20% over the KBB fair trade value. So there's nothing to fear here. Just great selection, great deals, and more for your trade. All this month at Alexander Family Buick GMC. The lowest price guaranteed.
selection of Bulldog items in Berwick. Family owned with more than 30 years experience and new Bulldog wear for every age, including masks, tees, polos, sweater shirts, jackets, and hats. They even have brand new indestructible silicone cups, koozies, car coasters, decals, and more. Shop at masonsmonogram.com for their new items and select in-person pickup or shipping right to you. Follow their Instagram at Masons Monogram for their latest new items. Masons Monogram service in Berwick. Let them personalize for you.
Hi, this is Jonathan from Nespoli Jewelers in Berwick. We are happy to announce that once again we will have the Nespoli Jewelers Athlete of the Week throughout this football season. Each week, the Berwick coaches will choose an athlete who worked hard, was a good teammate, and put forth his best effort all week. We will announce this student athlete on this station prior to the Berwick football game, and we will be honoring him by donating $100 in his name to the charity of his choice. For more information on the chosen Nespoli Athlete of the Week, please visit us on our Instagram and Facebook pages.
Planning your next big event? Weddings, concerts, church festivals, even construction sites. Preferred Portables has you covered. Preferred Portables offers a luxury restroom trailer that even has hot water. No power? No problem. They can provide a generator to keep the lights on. They even provide sanitary service to campgrounds, parks, parties, and have 24-hour emergency service. Contact Preferred Portables to learn about event and contractor pricing. Check out their website, preferredportables.com. We're number one when you have to go number two.
Neighbor Fence Company has fencing for where you want it, serving Columbia, Montour, and Luzerne counties. Neighbor Fence provides top quality residential and commercial fencing, vinyl, chain link, wood, aluminum, and ornamental fencing, plus vinyl railing and specialty products. Neighbor Fence Company, 1140 State Route 239 in Wapwalpin. Call 570-752-4423 or visit them online at neighborfencecompany.com. Neighbor Fence Company is a proud sponsor of local youth athletic teams.
Hi, this is Cassidy from the Independent Sports Service Department, Route 11 in Bloomsburg. Does your Ford or Lincoln vehicle need service? Having trouble getting an appointment at your usual service center? At Independence Ford, we can and will take care of all your service needs. Regardless of where you purchase your Ford or Lincoln vehicle, our goal is to get you back on the road. Give me a call for an appointment today at 784-1414.
Come and get a great deal on total satisfaction.
Independence Ford, better people, better prices.
The subs at Bob's Subs and Pizza in Berwick have so much meat in them you'll be having leftovers for days. The Italian is piled high with fresh slices of ham, capicola, salami, and pepperoni on a freshly baked bun. Bob's cheesesteak oozes with cheesy goodness woven into a mountain of thinly sliced ribeye steak. So if you're tired of bland, unsatisfying subs, Bob's Subs and Pizza in Berwick is your new go-to. With over 22 different kinds of sumptuous, hearty subs, you'll find just the one or two to cure your cravings. And the pizza at Bob's Subs and Pizza? Oh, it's so good. Bob's Subs and Pizza in Berwick. Taste the difference.
The home of the Berwick Bulldogs. This is W234BH Berwick at 94.7, WBWX W242CY Berwick at 96.3, W282CO Bloomsburg at 104.3, W288CF Danville at 105.5, and streaming online at thisispopradio.com. Pop Radio, a Seven Mountains Media radio station.
Very nice, ladies. Very nice. That's all.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Just a couple minutes away from the start of tonight's game between Hazleton area and Berwick. 30th meeting between these two teams. Berwick leads the series 21-8, but Hazleton area has won 3 straight, including 20-0 last year at Harmon Guy Stadium. The officiating crew for tonight's game: Jay Rowan is the referee. The umpire is John Basic. Robert Jones is the linesman. The line judge is Tom McCullum. Brian Schwartz is the field judge, and the side judge is Jeremy Yarish. Berwick won the toss, deferred to the second half. So the Bulldogs will kick off, and Hazleton area will be moving from our right to our left in this opening quarter. As Brian Diaz and Carlos Gonzalez, a couple of juniors, deep for the Cougars. Luke Peters will kick it off for Berwick. He is one of 12 seniors making their final appearance here at Crispin Field for their careers. Crispin Field, of course, home to Berwick football since 1929. Peters has the signal from the officiating crew, and this one is underway. Kick very, very high. It's Van Gils actually deep. He returns to the 10, to the 20, the 25, the 30, and all the way out over the 40-yard line. Riley Van Gilst with the return for the Cougars, who have great field position to start.
Well, he really did run it. Sawyer Keller coming in, pushing him out of bounds. First, I'm surprised their kicking is deep. They've been doing a lot of directional kicking with Luke Peters, where he'd kick it toward the 20, but toward the sideline. So this kick really boomed to get down there to around the 5-yard line. But Van Gilst took it, came up the left hash, and was able to split the Berwick defenders and make a real nice return.
Berwick defensively, the front three, Draven Geiger, Luke Krepich, Harrison Snyder, outside linebackers Skylar Neville and Ty Wilkerson, inside Liam Carroll and Jimmy DeAndrea, the corners, Billy Hansen and Josh Kishbaugh, Braylon Hawkins and Caleb May are the safeties. Brzezinko gets the call off the left side, runs hard over the 45, out near the 48-yard line.
Expect a heavy dose of Brzezinko, Jim. Ran that pretty much with a straight dive between the left guard and the left tackle. Went hard. Is he down? There's a player down at the point of the tackle, one of the Hazleton players.
Boy, this is a terrible, terrible break for Hazleton area. Brzezinko, their leading rusher on the season. He's had some injury issues, hasn't played the entire season. He goes down after a hard run on the first play from scrimmage, and trainers looking at him right there.
Ashton Carlick replaced him for the Valley West game, Jim, and boy, they really didn't skip a beat. He had a tremendous game there. I think it was 175 yards rushing. But you care for the player. You know, he's out there. He's had a great season, hoping to cap it off with 111 yards to give him 1,000 for the year, even though he's missed a number of games. And the fact that they have him down, he's surrounded by the trainers, and he's still down. It doesn't look all that good for getting him back into action. They have him lying on his back, but he's holding his gloved hands to his eyes as they're working on him.
Both of these teams have struggled on defense, so if this game plays true to form, we're going to see a lot of points on the board. Both teams giving up over 30 a game on the season.
But there are some mitigating factors, Jim. You mentioned, Berwick has people back. I think it's a huge factor that Jimmy DeAndrea is back on the inside, this inside linebacker position. He's, in my mind, the best tackler, the best defender on the team, goes sideline to sideline real well. They have Brzezinko up, and he's not putting any weight at all on his left leg that they were working on. Trainer on each side, his arms over them, and they're half carrying him that way to the sideline.
So we may see a heavy dose of the player Andy mentioned, Ashton Carlick. Now, they give up a lot of size with that substitution, and they give away experience as well. Carlick, a sophomore, Brzezinko, a senior.
And they're taking their time getting Brzezinko off the field. Ball will be on the left hash. He gained a long 5 yards, short 6 yards on that first dive. He would credit his linemen with opening that seam for him, and the line has proven to be very strong even when Brzezinko hasn't been in the game.
2nd down and 4 as we resume play. Hazleton area moving from our right to our left. They have it at their own 48-yard line. A long return by Van Gilst, the 6-yard run by Brzezinko, but unfortunately, maybe the last carry by Brzezinko in this game.
Hazleton down to 4 seconds and just getting set up, Jim. They're going to have to delay a game. Timeout.
How can that possibly happen? 11:17 to go in the quarter. It's scoreless. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Don't let orthopedic issues keep you from doing what you love. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute is your orthopedic partner in Hazleton. With same-day appointments available, our team of experts treat everything from joint pain and sports injuries to orthopedic trauma. Live life fully again with Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, located at 26 Station Circle in the Humboldt Industrial Park. Visit lvhn.org/ortho or call 833-LV-ORTHO. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Your health deserves a partner.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
A very slow start to this one tonight. We have an unfortunate injury by Hazleton area's leading rusher, Brady Brzezinko, on the first play from scrimmage. And then, incredibly, Hazleton, after that long delay, was not ready to run a play.
Coaches had them huddled over by the sideline, Jim, and I don't think they were aware that the time clock had started again. I'm watching it run down before they jogged back from the sideline into their position. They were forced to take that timeout. A little too much coaching.
And now we're going to delay because of television. We may not get out of here till 11 tonight.
At least we're trying. A lot of the same officiating crew that did that rain game, Jim, and I gave them a hard time. They needed to speed things up on occasion.
2nd down and 4. Hazleton area. They have it at their own 48-yard line. Freddie Cordero out of the gun. Hands it off the right side for a first down at the Berwick 46-yard line.
Hunter Johnson with the carry, Jim, so we're not seeing Ashton Carlick right now.
Johnson and Xander Coleman alternate usually at fullback, but Johnson with a big burst there to 1st and 10 at the Berwick 47.
And basically straight ahead football, nothing fancy at all. Put it to the offensive line. The challenge is there without the star running back in.
And I'll tell you what, if the offensive line keeps delivering like they have on these first 2 plays, it won't matter who's carrying the ball. As the play goes to Johnson again, and he's got running room, and Liam Carroll wraps him up as he gets to the Berwick 44-yard line.
Too big of a seam, but he was deep in the backfield, so he has to go 5 yards and then gain 2, maybe 3 on the carry. Carroll reacting well from his defensive tackle position, or the linebacker position, to get there and stop it.
Luke Krepich's helmet came off, so he has to leave for at least a play. Matt Gordner, big sophomore, in at the nose position for the Bulldogs. 2nd and 7, Hazleton area at the Berwick 44-yard line. Cordero takes a high snap, fires a pass out to the far side. It's going to be a big loss on the completion as Billy all over the receiver, Johansson Moran.
Well, first the quarterback had to handle a high snap, and then he had to spin away from the play, do a pirouette to throw that sideways pass looking like a screen. Telegraphed very well so that Billy Hansen could read it, rush in, get on that receiver deep in the backfield, and knock him back for a 4-yard loss.
Loss of 5 back to the 49-yard line. 3rd down and 12. For Hazleton area.
Not really a running situation. Freshman quarterback, and snaps are kind of lobbing on back to him.
Good snap this time, and he's back to throw, and he steps up in, and he's behind Hunter Johnson, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be a loss back to the 45-yard line. Cougars are fortunate that went out of bounds, or Berwick went out a chance to recover. Are they calling it an incomplete pass? They brought it back to the line of scrimmage. That shouldn't be, should it?
They should not. It was definitely a backward pass, which means it's a lateral, which means it's live. I do not understand the call. It seemed to have been evident to every one of the 6 officials out there.
Now they have it.
Now they're going to move it back. Yes, they did see it. I don't know if anyone had marked the spot where it went out of bounds, but definitely that loss of about 5 or 6 yards on the backward pass. And fortunate for Hazleton that it did go out of bounds. If it kind of bounced there on the sidelines and stayed in bounds, Berwick could have recovered it as a live fumble.
Xander Coleman will do the punting. He's standing back at the 32-yard line. Billy Hansen back in single safety.
Way deep.
For the Bulldogs. Snap. And the kick is away. And it will take a high hop, and Hansen lets it go. That needed to be fielded because it goes all the way to the Berwick 10-yard line.
Coaches need to see how deep he was, Jim. I'm thinking, boy, to reach him in the air, he's going to need a 70, 80-yard punt. You know, you don't like to back up. You like to come forward and catch them, but you got to be in a reasonable position to make the catch. Someone should have seen this way too deep.
So Berwick's first possession, they start at their own 10-yard line against a Hazleton area defense that lines up with Sebastian Reynoso, Jordi Urena, Joel Vasquez, and Aaron Loreno. The front 4 inside linebackers are very, very good. We'll see a lot of them tonight. Hunter Johnson and Xander Coleman. We'll get the rest of those starters after this first play from Berwick. 1st and 10, their own 10. 9:03 to go, scoreless first quarter. First play for the Bulldogs is a run by Tyler Winter off the right side. He'll pick up about 3. Outside linebackers, or safeties, if you will, in this 4-2-5. John Carlos Peralta and Ashton Carling. The corners, Brian Diaz and Sebastian Nevar. And the safety is Riley Gilst. A 2-yard gain for Winter to the 12, 2nd and 8 Berwick.
You mentioned Xander Coleman, Jim, inside linebacker at 6'3", 235. Read that well, targeted the football, was able to stop Winter for a short gain.
Gavin Jones back to the lineup after missing last week with injury. Over the ball from his center position. It's a keeper off the left side by Lear, and Ethan Lear will pick up maybe 3 to the 15-yard line. 3rd down play coming.
Riley Van Gilst coming up from the secondary to wrap him up. He was starting after the fake to the right. Nice fake going that way, but he went left in a sweeping action. Saw a seam open, turned it north and south, and got about 5 yards on it.
3rd down and 4 Berwick. Gabe Boris, a junior, enters the defensive alignment for Hazleton area. He's been out all season with a medical condition. His first action tonight. Here's the 3rd and 4. Out of the gun. A fake, and keeping it is Winter. And he breaks the tackle, turns the corner at the 30, to the 35, out to the 40, spun down to the 43-yard line. Ethan Lear with a terrific run.
Measure it out, Jim. 25 or 30 yards we're looking at. He did a token fake, and people bent in on Tyler Winter on the left side as expected. He brought it to the right, and a man had crushed inside way too far. So he had a soft corner, took it there. And then he was met by Carlos Gonzalez, and he just dropped his shoulder, knocked that man down, and continued on his sweeping action.
27 yards on the carry by quarterback Ethan Lear. Berwick 1st and 10 at the Bulldog 43. Lear hands off to Tyler Winter. He's got running room over midfield from 25 to 40. The middle of the field, 25, 20, and dragged down from behind near the 13-yard line.
Oh boy, what speed. He splits the defensive lineman, he spits the linebacker area, and then it's a race. 2 defenders have the angle on him, but they're running, and can't make up the difference. Eventually, Sebastian Ivar able to get him by the horse collar and bring him down legally. But what a run. Great speed.
43 yards on the carry by Tyler Winter. So the Lear-Winter show, which has been really impressive in this season, is off to a great start in this one as Berwick tries to get on the board first, as they did last Friday at Crestwood. From the 14-yard line, a fake to Winter, the first pass of the game. It goes to Billy Hansen, and Hansen trying to weave his way through traffic. Will get just a couple.
Yeah, but he ran it nicely. One of those hitch passes where you turn sideways after a fake and throw it. Billy Hansen with good hands. Able to run. He'll gain about 3 before Riley Van Gilst is able to bring him down.
2nd down and 7. Berwick threatening at the Hazleton area, 11-yard line.
And important that they can throw that past him and complete one. Keep people from King totally on the run. They have to stay honest against the passing game.
Lear out of the gun. Winter to his right. 3 receivers to the right. From the 11. Fake. And Lear keeps it and gets inside the 10 down to about the 8. He'll pick up about 3 more. 3rd down play coming for Berwick.
Boy, they're hitting. Xander Coleman really put the shoulder into him, hoping to slow him down with punishing tackles. But as they faked left to Winter, he pretty much followed him and then veered right toward the center. So he's going to gain a few yards on that, and they're critical yards once you're inside the red zone.
3rd down and 5. Berwick at the Hazleton area 9-yard line. 3 subs coming in for Berwick. They've got blocking backs to the right side. Lear gives the ball to Winter, follows those blocking backs, gets down to about the 5. He'll be short of the first down, but not by a lot.
Not by a lot at all, Jim. We'll see what they do here on the short yardage situation. He had the blocking backs further out to the right, but chose to turn it north-south into B gap, just outside of the right guard. Might have been better staying with the blocking and seeing what materialized out there, but he felt he'd get the chains, and Hazleton's defense collapsed on him.
Big call, 4th and 2. Berwick at the 5-yard line. Lear, quarterback keeper straight ahead, got a surge. Yes. I believe he's got the first down.
Yeah, and they gave a look like they're going to push him, but they're not allowed to, and they realize that. So he came off the right side over his right guard and drove, found that little seam to squirt on through, and not only got the first down, but really approached the goal line. They're spotting it, I believe, on the 1, even inside the 1.
So Berwick will have 4 cracks if needed from the 1-yard line to take the early lead here. Lear out of the gun. Gives the ball to Winter off the left side and dives in the end zone for Berwick touchdown. Tyler Winter in for the score.
They pulled Matt Gardner from his position and he went left. There was nice blocking at the point of attack near the C gap. He followed and bursted inside of Matt Gardner and was able to find the seam to be able to get that ball across the goal line.
A 90-yard touchdown drive by Berwick on their first possession of this game. And now Luke Peters will attempt the extra point. 16 for 20 on the season. Snap, placement, kick is up, and the kick is good. Time out the field. 4:14 to go, first quarter. Berwick 7, Hazleton area nothing. You're listening to Berwick Football on Top Radio.
Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick. The roofing experts for all of our listening area. With over 30 years experience and great rates, why go anywhere else when Red's Roofing will get the job done right for your roofing, decks, and siding, specializing in metal roofs, rubber roofs, and shingles. Most of the work is done in one day. Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas. Now located in Dushore and also serving Bradford and Sullivan counties with owner Harry Titus, a supporter of the Berwick football team and St. Jude Children's Hospital. Call 570-752-4351.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
What a drive by Berwick, maybe their best of the season. As they go 9 plays, 90 yards on their first possession. There was a 27-yard run by Ethan Lear. There was a 43-yard run by Tyler Winter. And then from the 1-yard line, Winter takes it in for the score. His 10th rushing touchdown of the season. Luke Peters with the extra point. Berwick with a 7-0 lead, 4:14 remaining in the first. So Peters will kick it off. Now Riley Van Gils, who is deep, had a terrific return to start this game. We'll see how Berwick plays it on this kick. Peters approaches, and he goes long again. And Van Gils will back up to his 5-yard line. To the 10, to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, and Van Gils getting tackled over the 25 at about the 27-yard line.
Ty Wilkerson had him snugly at that point as about 3 others joined him, so good gang tackling. Jim, I was expecting to see Ashton Carlick, number 20, and I was scanning the sidelines, looking for his number. Now, he might have been out on the field blocking, but I expected him to be the backup running back, that we'd see him next. We didn't see him on the offensive series when Mizhenko got hurt. I did not spot him on the sidelines, so we'll keep an eye out for his number.
1st and 10, Hazleton area. Cougars move from our right to our left with 4:06 to go in the opening quarter, and they trail 7-0. 9th grade quarterback Freddie Cordero in the shotgun. It's a direct snap to Coleman, and he takes it off the right side, gets very little. So Xander Coleman took the direct snap. Saw a lot of that last week. Crestwood running that single wing. And a pickup of 3 on the play, 2nd and 7.
Jimmy, I think they're without their 2 top running backs. We saw Mizhenko get hurt. I'm not seeing the number for Aston Carlick. The other guys are basically fullback types. May as well skip the quarterback if you're planning to go with the run, go with direct snap, go with Wildcat. They did there.
2nd down and 7. Slot to the left, slot to the right. This time the snap goes to the quarterback, Cordero. He's got lots of running room up to the 40-yard line for a first down.
Actually, Jimmy, it was both Wildcats. Ashton Carlick is in the building, and it was his number 20 that took it. We saw that Xander Coleman was aside of him. We assumed the quarterback in the backfield with him. But it's a Wildcat football game for Hazleton now.
And it does not look like Cordero is in the lineup. Boy, we went through all this at Crestwood last week and thought this will be different. They'll be snapping to the quarterback. What a concept.
You love it.
But no, they're not. They're not. 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. There's the direct snap. up the middle, up to the 45-yard line. Pick up a 5, 2nd and 5.
Garlick again, he had a powerful game with 175 yards rushing against Wyoming Valley West when his backfield mate Brady Mazenko had been hurt. So when he got the opportunity, he proved he could run. We didn't see him in the first series of the game, but we're seeing him now with 2 successive runs. Give him 5, if not 6 on that.
2nd and 5. And now we have the quarterback, Freddie Cordero, back in there. He is in the gun with the running back to his left and a slot to either side. 2nd down call. And flags down on the play. Look like movement on Hazleton.
Quarterback called for the snap by sort of shaking his hands forward, and the running back moved just a little bit. They won't tell us what number is guilty of the infraction, but one of those moved before the center snap. Quarterback's usually given a little bit of leeway, so I think it was the running back who may have had a head start on the play.
2nd down and 10. Cougars back at their 40.
Penalties can hurt the Cougars' cause, Jim. They want to be able to control this on the ground. They need to run. It's a freshman quarterback with very little experience. They're not going to want to pass to maintain possession, but they probably have to.
3 receivers to the right. Cordero back to throw, and he'll be sacked back at the 35-yard line.
Number 33 it is, Jimmy, and we mentioned the impact that Jimmy DeAndrea could have. Wasn't able to play last week, undergoing a concussion protocol and had to sit. Roy Dennis, the defensive coordinator, blitzes that linebacker who's extremely active. Freshman quarterback never had a chance. Even though he's in shotgun and starts moving toward his left, he can't outrun Jimmy DeAndrea.
3rd down and 15 for the Cougars at their own 35. Slot to the right. Gonzalez wide left. Cordero awaits the shotgun snap, and he has it, and he rolls to his right. Now he's setting up a screen to this side to Hunter Johnson at the 40, to the 45, and out to the 48. He will not get the first down. Liam Carroll makes the stop along with Braylon Hawkins.
Yeah, good pursuit to the football, Jim. First, the shotgun snap is slow and high. He's been jumping for a lot of them, plus it's just not getting there quickly. That puts the quarterback at a disadvantage. Then with the pressure coming, I believe it was Harrison Snyder coming in hard, he has to hurry the throw and get it over the hands. So he has to float the pass. Berwick's defense has enough time to react to keep it from getting to the chains.
4th down and 3. Hazleton area from their 48. Coleman back to do the punting. And a fake. And they'll run it to the right side with Garlick, and he won't get there. He's brought down at the 45-yard line.
Tyler Wilkerson, Jim, playing his outside linebacker position. His first responsibility is watch for the fake and watch it going wide. They faked it well. The man back for the punt looked like he's jumping, like it's going over his head. It has all that movement like it's happening. But a short snap to the up back who tries to sweep to the right to get the 2 yards they needed for the new set of downs. And Ty Wilkerson in position, able to split 2 potential blockers and get there for the tackle.
Berwick leading 7-0, 4 seconds remaining in this opening quarter as they take over at the Hazleton area 45-yard line.
Been very impressive with their running game.
Lear out of the gun. Tyler Winter gets the handoff, tries the right side. Hazleton area plays it pretty well. Winter gets what he can, which is a couple to the 43 on what will be the final play of this opening quarter. With the score, Berwick 7, Hazleton area nothing. You're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio.
As a community bank, First Columbia Bank and Trust knows the value of helping our young people dream, excel, and reach their goals. For more than 120 years, First Columbia has been committed to helping our communities prosper and our youth succeed. We're proud to invest in our youth through athletics, the arts, and education. First Columbia Bank and Trust, with you and your children every step of the way.
Every step of the way, First Columbia Bank.
The Mayo Funeral Homes, located at 110 Chestnut Street in Berwick and 77 Main Street in Chickashinny, are proud sponsors of Berwick Bulldog football. The Mayo Funeral Homes, serving all faiths, makes it easier for those you love with pre-arranged funeral counseling, insurance, and pre-finance funerals. Mayo Funeral Homes also offers expert guidance in both traditional and cremation services. Mayo Funeral Homes, perfection in every detail.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
We start the second quarter. Berwick leading Hazleton area 7-0. Bulldogs will move from our right to our left in this quarter. And good field position. They have it at the Cougar 43-yard line. Facing a second down and 8.
They've been running Tyler Winter on some straight dive, straight sweeping action without the zone read effect in the backfield. Of course, it's going to be more effective once you go with that particular look in the backfield.
Winter out of the gun, has the snap, gives the ball to Braylon Hawkins coming from the left side. Hawkins with a strong effort gets the first down inside the 35-yard line. Hawkins came in motion from the right, took the handoff, swept the left side and gets the first down.
He's become a feature player on this team, Jim. He went midway in the season. He was kind of invisible, looking for a position. All of a sudden, as a receiver and as a runner, he's able to do things. Sort of that jet sweep type of sweeping action from right in motion, coming across the formation behind it, and eventually Sebastian Nivar wrestling him down by the shoulder pads up high.
1st and 10, Berwick at the Hazleton area 35-yard line. 3 receivers to the right side, but the call goes up the middle to Tyler Winter, and he's brought down after a very short gain, maybe a yard.
I'm surprised they're running it naked. No other faking, no faking the quarterback, no mesh, just a straight give, using the lineman to go. Now, it may set up the zone read a little bit better down the way, but right now, that straight ahead give, sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not.
2nd down and 9. Berwick at the Cougar 34-yard line. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Ethan Lear out of the gun. Has the snap. Fakes handoff, keeps the football, gets outside left to the 25, turns it toward the 20, needs one block at the 5, and it's ridden out of bounds. Billy Hansen was down there, just couldn't quite get position for the block that would have put Lear in the end zone, but it's a terrific play nevertheless. A gain of 29 to the 5-yard line, 1st and goal Bulldogs.
Give him 68 yards so far on the game, and we mentioned that zone read. Take it to Winter, let the quarterback keep it. He really put a fake on early near the line of scrimmage, got himself wide, high-stepping, then sprinting before Ashton Carlick. Again, the only way to take him out of the play would have been to clip him, and Berwick chose not to, so they'll take it here with this great field position.
Lear out of the gun from the 5. The call goes to Tyler Winter. Winter very close to the goal line, down to about the 1.
Yeah, big lineman was able to get the hands in, grab him around the 1, and you can kind of pick him up. He's a diminutive runner, and even though he has the speed, to get his feet off the ground, he doesn't have the traction. But a good gain in this situation on the 1st down play after the long run by Ethan Lear. 2nd
down and goal. Berwick at the Hazleton area 1-yard line. Bulldogs try to add to a 7-0 lead. 10 minutes to go in this opening half.
Lear's been going with more quarterback sneaks in the second half of the season. Watch for it here.
Under center, but he gives the ball to Winter, who goes in standing up on the right side for his 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, they were able to get a down block to the right tackle, and he was looking to pound it in the B gap and said, hey, there's no one over there in the C gap. Great blocking, good read by Tyler Winter, and he gets the 2nd touchdown of the game.
2 possessions, 2 scores for the Bulldogs, off to a great start on senior night here at Crispin Field. Luke Peters will attempt the extra point out of the hold of Josh Kishbaugh. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Timeout the field. 9:57 to go, opening half. Berwick 14, Hazleton area nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Hi, this is Jonathan from Nespoli Jewelers in Berwick. We are happy to announce that once again we will have the Nespoli Jewelers Athlete of the Week throughout this football season. Each week, the Berwick coaches will choose an athlete who worked hard, was a good teammate, and put forth his best effort all week. We will announce this student athlete on this station prior to the Berwick football game, and we will be honoring him by donating $100 in his name to the charity of his choice. For more information on the chosen Nespoli Athlete of the Week, please visit us on our Instagram and Facebook pages.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Jim Doyle and Andy Lickney from Crispin Field in Berwick. 9:57 remaining in this opening half. A half dominated by the Bulldogs. They've had 2 possessions, 2 scoring drives, one of 90 yards, one of half of that, 45 yards. Tyler Winter with both scores. He's got 11 touchdowns on the season. And Berwick off to a great start.
And will Luke Peters kick this from the 40-yard line, right in the middle of the field there, deep again. I think they've looked a little suspect on their coverage. They've been seeing some nice return threats by Hazleton.
Riley Van Gilst is the deep man. He'll get a shot at it. Backs up to his 8-yard line up the middle, 10, 15, 20. And tripped up, might have been tripped up by the turf as he got to about the 26-yard line.
He may have, but in any case, Everett Snyder was at that point where he did lose his balance. Sometimes you just trip yourself. Sometimes you try to cut away from the potential tackler.
And Everett Snyder injured on the play. He does his best to get off the field and try to walk it off. So Hazleton area will get the football at their 27-yard line. 9:51 to go in this first half. And Berwick dominates this point, leading 14-0.
And a bit of a makeshift offense. Their lead running back, Brady Majenko, who was expected to have a 1,000-yard season by the end of this game, knocked out of the game on his first carry. So they're trying different options, including the Wildcat.
Out of the gun, Cordero is back to throw, and he fires a bullet pass incomplete. As the intended receiver on the far side, Brian Diaz, but beyond his reach.
Actually, 2 receivers in the area, and the ball really kind of hurried on out there. Again, he's not getting the advantage of a good center snap in my mind, Jim. You'd like to see it come zipping on back where you get it in your hands comfortably and you can scan the field. Sort of floating back there a little bit. He's sometimes jumping a little high. That time he didn't have to jump, but not enough time to read that the way he'd like.
Aiden George is in that defensive front for Berwick on this series. As the call goes, the running back in a pretty good gain up to over the 30 to the 34-yard line. Hunter Johnson on the carry.
Yeah, wearing number 8. We often see number 9, and you're not sure which of the fullbacks are going to get it. It was Hunter Johnson that time, and he'll stretch that for about 6 yards.
So 3rd and 4. Hazleton area at their own 33-yard line.
And I think you anticipate run. In many cases it would be, but you have a freshman quarterback with limited passing experience. So even though they're in the shotgun, I'd watch for the run first.
Johnson is the running back. To the right of Cordero. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. 3rd and 4. Cordero has the snap, and he straight drop back to throw. Pump fake, and then Harrison Snyder wraps him up for a sack back at the 26-yard line.
Yep, question who'd get there first, Harrison Snyder or Jimmy DeAndrea. They both join in. Going to be a loss of a good 6 or 7 yards, and it will force the punt. Don't expect to see the fake punt this time.
As back to punt is Sander Coleman and Billy Hansen. Deep for Berwick. Again, he is very, very deep. As Andy pointed out on the first punt. This time's a line drive. Again, hits and taking on the hop is Hansen, trying to get outside right, spun down at the 45-yard line. But a nice return, and Berwick will have good field position with 8.
And he's down where he would have been able to.
$14-0 lead. 8:15 to go first half. Slot to the right. Hawkins in the slot. Hansen outside of him. Ethan Lear out of the gun. Back to throw, quick out to the near side of Josh Kishbaugh, and he gets to about the 49-yard line. Ashton Garlick brings him down.
Yeah, nice simple passing, Jim. Takes it out of shotgun. Guy's going to take a step or so just to back off the secondary.
49-yard line.
Nice to mix the pass in again. Keep the secondary honest. Recognize that they still have to play. Other than jump when he jumped. Now it should be pretty obvious. No movement in the line, no flinching. Quick 5 yards. Instead of second and a long 6, it'll be a second and a 1.
Reynoso needs to be trained better. Instead of knocking your helmet saying, I did it, you got to point to the other side.
Point your fingers, point at the center.
Second down and 1, Bulldogs.
You'd make a good coach, Jimmy Doyle.
At the Cougar 46, Lear out of the gun. Play action, back to throw, and he's looking, and he has his man Hansen, and he almost broke away. He's brought down the 34-yard line. Boy, he reversed his field and almost got away with John Carlos Peralta with a good tackle in the open field, but nevertheless, a good hookup, 12 yards in the pickup to Hansen, first down at the 34.
I think Berwick has this defense guessing. Is it going to be run? Is it going to be pass? Should we move people up? Should we move people back? No pressure at all on Ethan Lear. He's comfortable in the shotgun, stays there in the pocket, well protected at his choice of receivers, and of course he'll go to Billy Hansen whenever he can find that man open.
3 receivers to the left. Winter is the running back. A fake to him, and the pass by Lear is batted down. Good defensive work by Peter Youngcourt of Hazleton area.
Yeah, we don't have Youngcourt as one of the defensive starters, so they're rotating some people in. He was fresh, right defensive tackle, got a step or so in, realized the quarterback's throwing, got the hands up, and was able to bat it away.
And an unfortunate injury for Berwick. Gavin Jones, who missed last game with injury and battled back to get into this game. He comes up limping. We'll probably see Rocco Romeo, who started and played the entire game last week, as Gavin Jones on his feet and walking it off.
Yeah, and he may be able to walk that one off and get back on in. It looks like he twisted the ankle. It went in under him a little awkwardly, but he is up, coming off without any help, feeling like, hey, move aside, I'll take a little water, but let me walk this off, I'll be ready to go.
2nd and 10, Berwick at the Hazleton area 34-yard line. This is the regular season finale for the Bulldogs. In all outlooks, they will get a playoff game next week. Try to give you an idea of where that may be. It will not be here. That's the only thing we can tell you for sure. As Berwick at the 34, facing the second down.
It will be Rocco Romeo with his number 55 getting on in there at center for the snap to shotgun.
Harrison Snyder on a wing to the left. They'll run behind him. Tyler Winter looking for some running room, and he has really belted down at the 33-yard line, a gain of a yard.
Hunter Johnson was scraping is what they call that. As the running back is sweeping, looking to turn it north-south, he's going sideways and scraping along with him, staying square. When Winter realized, hey, I got to turn this up sooner or later, Hunter Johnson was there to really beat him hard. He'll get a yard.
3rd and 8, Berwick at the Cougar 32. Bulldogs undoubtedly in 4-down territory here, as Lear will operate out of the gun. Tyler Winter to his right, a slot to the right. 3rd down call. Lear back to throw, pump fake, kicks the football to the 25, gets it outside 20, to the 15, and then dances out of bounds at around the 12 or 11-yard line. Beautiful play by Lear. He pump faked, the defender went in the air, Lear came under him and got outside.
Yeah, I don't think it was a design quarterback draw because he was looking to the right. When the man went up, he kind of said, hey, I can't pass this, and these are all short routes, they're covered. He quickly turned into a runner, hit the C-gap on the right side, kind of crossed the field after a nice long run, finally being brought down.
21 yards on the carry by Ethan Lear, who's having a monster first half.
89 yards by my count, Jim.
From the 11, the call goes to Tyler Winter. And he stood up as he gets close to the 5-yard line.
He's having a rather monster first half as well. Measure that one. 61 yards now by my count after a good 5-yard carry.
They mark at the 6. It is a 5-yard pickup. 2nd down and 5, Bulldogs.
They're on the left hash. And of course, you can go short side. You can go wide side. Linesman giving nice seams for the running backs. That time it was a straight handoff to Winter. They're getting some straight ahead seams, but they're most effective when the quarterback meshes with him and they have that option game going.
Second down call from the 5. Lear fakes handoff, back to throw, fires to the end zone, incomplete. Batted down, intended for the tight end, Harrison Snyder.
Yeah, he's a nice tall target. They faked and meshed and then went into a passing look after that. So they tried to delay the tight end, hope people would bite on the play action, and then show a passing look from that, hoping that Harrison Snyder at left tight end could sort of delay and sneak out into the end zone here on the near pylon on the left, but it was covered pretty well.
3rd and 5, Berwick from the Hazleton area 6-yard line. Harrison Snyder on a wing to the left. Lear sends a man in motion. That's Braylon Hawkins, and Lear will take it himself. Quarterback draw and drags the tackler to the 2, close to the first down yardage.
Gabe Boris, we've mentioned him entering the lineup after a long time of injury this season, able to grab him by the waist to prevent him from forcing his way into the end zone. But very, very short yardage for the first down and short yardage for the end zone.
4th and 1.
Brings up a 4th and 1.
Berwick inside the 2-yard line. So they need less than a yard. Keep this drive alive. Lear, quarterback keeper straight ahead. He doesn't need much for the first down. Didn't get much. The officials will step in and we'll see where they mark it.
Berwick player, I believe, lost a helmet. So even if Hazleton player is going to have to come out and it's their key linebacker. So if Berwick is able to inch and get this good spot in the first down, and are they marking that? I believe they were. I'm looking at the referee, Jim. Did he indicate? Yes, they're dropping the chains. Xander Coleman's going to have to sit out for one play while Berwick looks to sneak this right where he'd be.
1st and goal from the 1. Lear under center. Quarterback keeper straight ahead. Ethan Lear should be in the end zone, but no indication from the officials.
Linesman and line judge have to run in and make the call. I thought he was in standing, Jim, but I also thought that Berwick was assisting the runner again. Harrison Snyder gave a push. Now, there's no yellow flag thrown, and there's no touchdown being signaled. So they're going to call him just short, nose to the ball, just about on the goal line.
2nd and goal. Clock running. 4:24 remaining in this opening half. Berwick trying to build a 3-touchdown lead.
Do it again. Same play.
Lear, quarterback keeper. This time he's in. Ethan Lear in for the score, and Berwick builds the lead.
Boy, Berwick's doing the job offensively, Jim. Mixing the plays to get themselves down the field and in the red zone, then capitalizing with some power blocking, wedge blocking, and while Harrison Snyder's not pushing his quarterback, that's illegal. He's pushing his guards a little bit to help that wedge. So another touchdown. Ethan Lear this time. I have him at 94 yards on the game so far, and we're just in the first half.
55-yard scoring drive by the Bulldogs. They're 3 for 3 in this game. Kishball will hold. Peters' kick is up, and the kick is good. Timeout the field. 4:10 to go first half. Berwick 21. Hazleton area nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Save today on a great selection of the best appliance brands and discover top-notch service at Flick Brothers Electric in Bloomsburg. Browse their showroom, which features appliances in a variety of different kitchen configurations and offers appliances and water heaters for every budget. Flick Brothers showcases top names like GE and GE Monogram, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, KitchenAid, Maytag, Sharp, Amana, and built in the USA Speed Queen and Viking appliances. Flick Brothers Electric, Maple Lane, Bloomsburg for over 65 years. Call 570-784-3444.
This is Berg football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Winning ticket number for the 50-50 draw.
3 possessions, 3 scores for Berwick in this opening half. The latest, 11 plays, 55 yards. Ethan Lear in for the 1-yard line for the score. Key plays on the drive, a 12-yard pass from Lear to Billy Hansen, and a 21-yard run by Ethan Lear. Luke Peters, perfect in extra points. Berwick leads 21-0, 4:10 to go in the half.
Berwick waiting to place the ball in the center of the 40 for the kickoff. Hazleton taking their time. I think they're used to seeing television coverage hold them up, so they huddle on the sideline a little bit longer.
Luke Peters will kick it off for the Bulldogs. Again, 4:10 remaining this half. Hazleton area with 2 timeouts remaining. Kick to the far side, fielded by one of the upmen at the 15-yard line. The return to the 20 and out to about the 29-yard line.
Ashton Carlick catching it there, as this was a directional kick to keep the team in one side and let the coverage come down on him, not giving him any lane to run.
Getting back to the play near the goal line when their outstanding linebacker had to come out of the game because he lost his helmet, Xander Coleman. Andy, if the chin strap's on, is there any way a helmet comes off? We've seen it twice in this first half.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of chin straps have 2 buckles on each side, so I'm surprised when I see them come flying, especially in high school.
Cordero takes the pitch and then flips the ball to a running back who gets out to the 35-yard line. That was Riley Van Gilst who got the carry.
Well, I'm trying to see. He's only had 3 other carries in the course of the year. But coming from a wide receiver position in motion, the shotgun snap comes back and then a little bit of a forward pitch. I guess you could call it a passing play, but it looks so much like a run, I'm going to mark it that way.
2nd and 4. Cougars at their 35. Cordero sends Van Gilst in motion. Hands off, and a good gain for a first down over the 40 out to the 43-yard line. Hunter Johnson on the carry.
These fullbacks run hard, Jim. You know, and the line gives them the seams. It's just that, you know, the offense has to adjust on the fly. It's not the game plan you were expecting with Brady Mizenko in there. No, we're seeing a lot more out of the fullbacks. We're seeing a lot more wildcat. We're seeing some misdirection with shovel passes like we just saw to Riley Van Gilst. So, adapt on the fly as you can.
Cordero out of the gun. 1st and 10. Cougars at their 42. Man in motion. Left to right. 3 receivers now on the right. Cordero back to throw. He's looking to the left, and he's going long downfield, and he had a step with his receiver Diaz down around the 22-yard line with the ball overthrown.
Yeah, tall receiver on a shorter defender. Ball, he had time to throw. He had the protection, as Berwick is expecting a lot more with the running game. No blitz was called. No, he stepped in through. The receiver couldn't catch up with the depth of the football.
Again, if you're just joining us and you're not hearing the name Brady Mizenko for Hazleton area, unfortunately, they lost their leading rusher on the first carry of this game, a 6-yard carry. Came up limping, not putting any weight on one leg, so they are definitely handicapped on offense. 2nd and 10. Call goes to Johnson, and this time nothing doing. Great defensive work.
Jimmy DeAndrea, Jim, we mentioned he's a force at the inside linebacker. They certainly missed him the last game when he had to sit out, suffering from the effects of the concussion the week before. Boy, he saw that, had penetration. I don't know if it was a design blitz or he just read it that quickly, but he's going to send Johnson back for a yard loss.
3rd down and 12. Cougars. And again, without their starting quarterback, without their leading rusher, all plays are difficult, but 3rd and 12 becomes fair. They're probably going to use a timeout here as we get down to 2 minutes. And the quarterback's still over that sideline. That is the call. Exactly 2 minutes to go in the half. Berwick 21. Hazleton area nothing. You're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio.
Planning your next big event? Weddings, concerts, church festivals, even construction sites. Preferred Portables has you covered. Preferred Portables offers a luxury restroom trailer that even has hot water. No power? No problem. They can provide a generator to keep the lights on. They even provide sanitary service to campgrounds, parks, parties, and have 24-hour emergency service. Contact Preferred Portables to learn about event and contractor pricing. Check out their website, preferredportables.com. We're number 1 when you have to go number 2.
The home home of the Berwick Bulldogs. This is W234BH Berwick at 94.7, WBWX W242CY Berwick at 96.3, W282CO Bloomsburg at 104.3, W288CF Danville at 105.5, and streaming online at thisispopradio.com. Pop Radio, a Seven Mountains Media radio station.
On an absolutely balmy evening here at Crispin Field for this October 27th regular season finale. We have 2 minutes to go in the opening half. Berwick leading Hazleton area 21-0. Cougars at their own 40, 3rd and 12 following their timeout. They have 1 remaining. Cordero has the shotgun snap, and then he bobbles the ball, picks it up, rolls to his left, and Liam Carroll brings him down to the 37-yard line. And now Berwick will use a quick timeout as the Bulldogs going to get the football, maybe a good field position with still time left in this half. We'll take one as well. 21-0. Football on Pop Radio.
Hi, this is Cassidy from the Independent Sports Service Department, Route 11 in Bloomsburg. Does your Ford or Lincoln vehicle need service? Having trouble getting an appointment at your usual service center? At Independence Ford, we can and will take care of all your service needs. Regardless of where you purchase your Ford or Lincoln vehicle, our goal is to get you back on the road. Give me a call for an appointment today at 784-1414.
Come and get a great deal and total satisfaction.
Independence Ford, better people, better prices.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Well, Berwick called a timeout, hoping to get the football. In the meantime, a 15-yard penalty against the Bulldogs. I'm not sure I ever saw the signal given by Jay Rowan as to what that was.
I think it may have been a face mask, Jim, but boy, often when you see that penalty, you talk to the team and say you don't want that timeout. Make the situation clear. Certainly would want to stop first down.
Cougars at the Berwick 45, 1:50 to go. They have 1 timeout remaining. Cordero hands off. Johnson off the right side will get just a couple.
Harrison Snyder from left defensive tackle, field side is what they call it, or strong side, came barreling in tight into the A gap and took the knees down.
2nd and 7. Hazleton area. Clock running, and there doesn't seem to be much urgency on their part.
They're struggling with their snaps, Jim. The sack that we saw was because the snap went to the left of the quarterback and actually hit a running back. He struggled to get it. Now another very slow, awkward snap, sort of slows down that last run.
3 receivers to the left. Cordero back to throw, dumps the pass out to Johnson. One-on-one against Wilkerson. Wilkerson lets him go, but slows him up, and he'll get only to the 40-yard line.
Needs to get help a little bit quicker, Jim. He's going to be out-muscled by that big Johnson, who's a fullback type that has size that certainly matches his. He's not going down, and the tackle's a little high. He eventually breaks free. But enough of a slow down to get people over to prevent him from getting the chains.
3rd down and 4. Hazleton area at the Bulldog 39-yard line. 3 receivers to the left. Moran to the right. Cordero has the snap, and he's back to throw, and he's looking, he rolls right, going to keep the football, going to be forced out of bounds. Short of the first down yardage, I believe. Depends on where they mark it.
Skylar Neville read him from the outside linebacker position, but it was deep in his zone. He had dropped into the flat. By the time he gets up, it's very, very close. They're going to mark it as a 4th and about a foot. Hazleton will go for it.
They have 1 timeout remaining, and there's 55 seconds remaining in the half.
Situation where you might decide to throw it to the end zone now. There's not all that much time, and sometimes teams cheat up and try to stop the short yardage play.
Slot to the left, slot to the right. Cordero now under center on this 4th and 1. Sends a man in motion, gives it Johnson straight ahead, and he has been brought down short of the first down yardage. Hunter Johnson brought down by Skylar Neville.
He was on the right side this time rather than the left and was able to get in while things are sort of tied up.
Oh, they're caught at a first down.
Got to give him his forward progress, Jim. He dove hard into the line. It was a little delayed play. You have a stoppage.
Boy, a generous spot. and Bo Orlando questions it. Hazleton area, meanwhile, will take their final timeout. We'll keep it here. 49 seconds to go in this half. And the Cougars will have a first down at the 35.
Fullback took the handoff, and as I said, a lot of these things aren't coming back real quick. They're trying to make things happen that time with a straight handoff. But it was stuffed into the A-gaps. Berwick had things filled in, so he ran into his own lineman. A little bit of a delay, then a little bit of a surge, then Skylar Neville's behind the play, pulling him back. Hard to see the forward progress, but the officials down there on the field gave him the line to gain. And that will give them the first down and give them an opportunity here with 49 seconds left to play.
Rocco Romeo checks into that defensive front for Berwick as the Cougars went to the sideline, talked things over after their final timeout. They have it at the Berwick 35. 49 seconds to go.
You like to pass to be able to control the clock with incompletes or out-of-bounds passes. But again, the freshman quarterback with limited experience. No timeouts or running plays won't help you much if they're tackled in bounds.
Hunter Johnson's the running back. 4 receivers, 3 of them to the left. High snap. Cordero has it. He's looking long downfield. A jump ball, and the ball is incomplete. Nice throw by Cordero. His receiver got a hand on it, but Berwick's secondary makes the play.
Brian Diaz is that receiver. He's 6'1", and he went high. I thought he was going to pull it on in. But Josh Kishbaugh in the area, fights on the inside, and punches the ball out so that the receiver can't get to it. Not a bad play when you have that nice height advantage, a taller type receiver. Air it up. Quarterback has a strong enough arm. With a fight for the football around the 1-yard line, Berwick ends up knocking it away.
3 receivers to the left. Moran to the right. From the Berwick 35 with 43 seconds to go to the half. Again, a high snap. Cordero has it, though. Hit as he gets the pass away. And he has a completion in the middle of the field. And a great hurdle into the end zone goes the big fullback, Xander Coleman. What a play he made near the 5-yard line.
First, he's going to come out and find the soft spot as the safeties go deep and the linebackers aren't deep enough. That's that area, right in the middle of the field. He's 6'3", he can go high to catch it. But then he turns, eludes one tackler, hurdles another down around the 7-yard line, and then takes his way into the end zone. An extremely athletic touchdown catch.
Boy, and how big was the penalty that kept that drive alive by the Cougars?
And the first down call.
As Kurtz will attempt the extra point. Levi Kurtz. Long count. Snap is a little high. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Down on the field. 34 seconds to go. Opening half. Berwick 21. Hazleton area 7. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Mason's Monogramming has the largest selection of Bulldog items in Berwick. Family owned with more than 30 years experience and new Bulldog wear for every age, including masks, tees, polos, sweater shirts, jackets, and hats. They even have brand new indestructible silicone cups, koozies, car coasters, decals, and more. Shop at masonsmonogram.com for their new items and select in-person pickup or shipping right to you. Follow their Instagram at Mason's Monogram for their latest new items. Mason's Monogram service in Berwick. Let them personalize for you.
This is Berg football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Hazleton area stays in this football game, and they do it with a 35-yard touchdown pass. Freddie Cordero to Xander Coleman, who made a very, very athletic play for a 225-pounder as he hurdled the tackler around the 5-yard line and got in for the score.
Yeah, you'd like to have the highlights of that one, Jim. Extremely athletic play. And credit to quarterback. He's been fighting to control the shotgun snaps the entire game, did not lose his composure. Previous play was able to throw a bomb deep, couldn't connect on that. Berwick defended it, but now open in the middle of the field, the big fullback type, able to catch it and really extend the play.
Kurtz will kick off a low line drive, and it gets by Sean Bankus. He goes back to his 6-yard line to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, and That's where Berwick will put it in play with 25 seconds to go in the half. Bulldogs do have 2 timeouts left, but not good field position.
No, Peter Youngcourt got down. Bankus had to worry about ball security by the time he got things. He still had it out a little bit too loose for my likings. You're at a point where there's not much you're going to do. Sometimes you just make sure you don't have anything bad happen. Should have probably got 2 hands on that.
Did not get to the 20. The 18-yard line will be the line of scrimmage. And again, Berwick will get the football to start the second half. So with that 21-7 lead, I'd be surprised to see anything too exotic here. Rocco Romeo is the center.
Will be a shotgun snap, though.
As Lear will get it and keep the football and then throw a football that is batted down. He got outside, had some running room, decided to throw it, and that ball was batted down. Now I'll be really surprised if I see anything from Berwick besides a straight run.
I think they looked at putting that play in, hoping to catch Hazleton off guard. They were going to mesh, fake the run to Tyler Winter, bring the quarterback off to the left. And if the outside pressure came on the quarterback, try to flip it by that defender. But defended in that he could bat it down.
Second down, call on the 18-yard line. Now Lear will operate under center. And he gives the ball to Winter off the left side, and he'll get out to about the 24-yard line in what should be the final play of this opening half. A good half for Berwick. They go in with the lead. It's Berwick 21, Hazleton area 7. We'll be back with a special halftime guest. You're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio.
Experience a drive that makes you feel more connected than ever before at W&L Mazda. Discover the exhilarating power and stunning design of the all-new Mazda CX-90. Right now, we have as low as 3.9% financing for 60 months on this third-row SUV with seating up to 8, or go swiftly and confidently in a fuel-efficient Mazda CX-30, which offers up to 33 miles per gallon and as low as 2.9% financing for 60 months. We're off Route 11 in Northumberland. Online at WNLMazda.com. Financing for well-qualified applicants only. Offer cannot be combined with any other offers. See dealer for complete details. Ends October 31st.
Hi, this is Jonathan from Nespoli Jewelers in Berwick. We are happy to announce that once again we will have the Nespoli Jewelers Athlete of the Week throughout this football season. Each week, the Berwick coaches will choose an athlete who worked hard, was a good teammate, and put forth his best effort all week. We will announce this student athlete on this station prior to the Berwick football game, and we will be honoring him by donating $100 in his name to the charity of his choice. For more information on the chosen Nespoli Athlete of the Week, please visit us on our Instagram and Facebook pages.
Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick, the roofing experts for all of our listening area. With over 30 years experience and great rates, why go anywhere else when Red's Roofing will get the job done right for your roofing, decks, and siding, specializing in metal roofs, rubber roofs, and shingles. Most of the work is done in one day. Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas, now located in Dushore and also serving Bradford and Sullivan counties with owner Harry Titus, a supporter of the Berwick football team and St. Jude Children's Hospital. Call 570-752-4351.
Planning your next big event? Weddings, concerts, church festivals, even construction sites. Preferred Portables has you covered. Preferred Portables offers a luxury restroom trailer that even has hot water. No power? No problem. They can provide a generator to keep the lights on. They even provide sanitary service to campgrounds, parks, parties, and have 24-hour emergency service. Contact Preferred Portables to learn about event and contractor pricing. Check out their website, preferredportables.com. We're number one when you have to go number two.
It won't be long before tax time rolls around, so remember to visit Michael Daddio CPA at ND Accounting and Consulting for your income tax needs. ND Accounting and Consulting handles both business and individual taxes, as well as offering a variety of accounting services, including payroll, auditing, and bookkeeping. For tax and accounting services, look for Michael Daddio CPA at ND Accounting and Consulting with 2 locations, 214 Pine Street in Berwick and 5929 Main Road in Sweet Valley.
Looking for convenient and reliable dumpster rentals for your residential or commercial project? EcoFirst Logistics has you covered with dumpster rentals from Bloomsburg to Hazleton and surrounding areas. Their dumpster rental service is designed to make waste disposal easy, hassle-free, and eco-friendly. Whether you're planning a construction or renovation project, junk removal, or a major cleanup, they carry a range of dumpster sizes to fit your needs and ensure that what can be saved is sorted out. On the web at eco-firstlogistics.com or on Facebook.
It's time for the Berwick Bulldogs halftime show on Pop Radio. Brought to you to you by W&L Subaru, Nissan, Mazda, and Collision Center. Discover the W&L difference today.
Halftime from Crispin Field, the regular season finale. The Bulldogs leading the Cougars of an area by a score of 21-7. 2 weeks ago, a few hours prior to the game against Danville at Crispin Field, a stretch of Mulberry Street that parallels the stadium was subnamed George Curry Way in honor of the late Berwick legendary head coach. Also that night, a print of a recent painting of George was part of a silent auction with the funds going to the ALS Association. Altogether, 71 prints were made in honor of the year George came to Berwick, 1971, and his age, 71, when ALS took him. Since that night, raffle tickets have been sold for another print. Gary Heimbaugh and the Champions Club combined to sell those tickets. The sales went until the end of the first quarter. And we are privileged here at halftime to speak to the artist who did the painting, Vincent C. Wood. Vince, first of all, congratulations.
It's also a pleasure to meet you for the first.
I would think that a person who paints portraits takes a real risk because so many people know the subject in this case, and they'll know right away whether you got it or not. And everyone that's seen it, myself included, knows that you got it. Is that a relief?
It's a relief, yeah. I have a lot of confidence in myself. I mean, I kind of take the sportsman's mentality in art, and the competition fuels me. So that notion that I'm out to please people is always there in the back of my mind. So, but I have confidence, no different than a quarterback does throw a nice ball.
Well, you love sports, and you've been involved with doing stuff for Tops, from an early age, painting replicas of baseball cards. Does it help in doing something like you did for George Curry to have a sports feel to you?
Yeah, it's my whole childhood wrapped up together in sports and art. And, when I moved to Berwick, I knew about Coach because of my fiance. I'm trying to figure out, what makes a Berwickian, and I thought that Coach George Curry was a good place to start. And he forged a lot of good people in Berwick. I've met a lot of them, and it's an honor to paint him, an honor to meet his family, and it's an honor to, in his name, help raise money for ALS.
That's not a Berwick accent that I'm hearing.
No. North Carolina, Garner, North Carolina.
So how does a person from North Carolina come to Berwick and do such a great job on a Berwick icon?
Well, it was pretty easy because as a sports artist, it's almost became my duty to paint the legend that is Berwick football and the legend that is George Curry. You can't be a sports fan and you can't be a sports artist and live in Berwick and not love George Curry. So that's why I painted him, and he's helped me get to know the town. He's helped me get to know my fiance better. He's helped me learn what makes a Berwickian, and after seeing the community come together and give their money so generously in our raffle to help ALS, I understand now what a Berwickian is.
Well, I'm so impressed with you and your fiance Catherine, because it's such a fantastic piece of art, and you've made 71 prints of it, and you can make a small fortune in this town. And yet your money is going to charity. I know the first silent auctions going to ALS. Some will go to ALS, including, I guess, this latest one. But you're going to contribute to other charities as well.
Yeah, we hope for years, to come that Coach Curry's legacy and name remains alive. And the way that I've heard how he really was a champion of local business and just Berwick in itself. He was a champion for Berwick. I want to take some of that and be a champion for Berwick also. I want to tell Berwick's story with my art.
Well, you've done a great job. I remember, I guess it was in the summer over at the Forge when the Pennsylvania Football News had a kind of a preseason gathering, and that was the first public unveiling of the print, and I have to admit, I got chills when I saw it. I thought, boy, I don't know who this artist is, but he nailed it.
Well, thank you. I mean, trust me, that's why I try to do good with my art, is to earn compliments like that. You know, I mean, when I hear all the public and the kind words that they say, and seeing that I'm telling you guys story up here as a Southern boy, and it's moving. You know, that's why I love Berwick. That's why I chose to move here, because of the people.
Well, besides the fact that you captured George's face and so on, it's actually, for those who haven't seen the painting, it's a collage of different aspects. And having worked with George for over 30 years, I see and I feel the energy when I see it.
Yeah, well, good. I did a good job then, right?
You did.
Yeah.
So are we having a drawing now?
Let's have a drawing.
Okay, again, tickets have been sold since the ceremony of the sub-naming of the street, and they were sold throughout the first quarter of this game. And let's let my partner Andy Ulickney get involved here and pick out a name.
Here we go.
Thanks for the grand prize.
This is for the Curry canvas print.
Laura J. Potter.
Laura J. Potter, P-O-T-T-E-R.
Congratulations.
So I'll have Gary announce that on the PA as well. Again, that's for the print of this painting, 71 altogether. And Vince, it's been great talking to you. I have to admit, 56 years in radio sports, and I've never talked to an artist.
Wow.
And I was a little nervous because I did it over my head here.
Hey, you did great.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations,
Yes,
Catherine. Congratulations. We're at halftime of the regular season finale for the Bulldogs. They lead Hazleton area 21-7. We'll check scores with Julie Lentz. We'll check stats with Andy Ulickney. When we return, you're listening to Bulldogs Football on Pop Radio.
Experience a drive that makes you feel more connected than ever before at W&L Mazda. Discover the exhilarating power and stunning design of the all-new Mazda CX-90. Right now, we have as low as 3.9% financing for 60 months on this third-row SUV with seating up to 8, or go swiftly and confidently in a fuel-efficient Mazda CX-30, which offers up to 33 miles per gallon and as low as 2.9% financing for 60 months. We're off Route 11 in Northumberland. Online at WNLMazda.com. Financing for well-qualified applicants only. Offer cannot be combined with any other offers. See dealer for complete details. Ends October 31st.
Hi, this is Jonathan from Nespoli Jewelers in Berwick. We are happy to announce that once again we will have the Nespoli Jewelers Athlete of the Week throughout this football season. Each week, the Berwick coaches will choose an athlete who worked hard, was a good teammate, and put forth his best effort all week. We will announce this student athlete on this station prior to the Berwick football game, and we will be honoring him by donating $100 in his name to the charity of his choice. For more information on the chosen Nespoli Athlete of the Week, please visit us on our Instagram and Facebook pages.
Don't let orthopedic issues keep you from doing what you love. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute is your orthopedic partner in Hazleton. With same-day appointments available, our team of experts treat everything from joint pain and sports injuries to orthopedic trauma. Live life fully again with Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, located at 26 Station Circle in the Humboldt Industrial Park. Visit lvhn.org/ortho or call 833-LV-ORTHO. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Your health deserves a partner.
Hi, this is Cassidy from the Independence Ford Service Department, Route 11 in Bloomsburg. Does your Ford or Lincoln vehicle need service? Having trouble getting an appointment at your usual service center? At Independence Ford, we can and will take care of all your service needs. Regardless of where you purchase your Ford or Lincoln vehicle, our goal is to get you back on the road. Give me a call for an appointment today at 784-1414.
Come and get a great deal and total satisfaction.
Independence Ford, better people, better prices.
Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick. The roofing experts for all of our listening area. With over 30 years experience and great rates, why go anywhere else when Red's Roofing will get the job done right for your roofing, decks, and siding, specializing in metal roofs, rubber roofs, and shingles. Most of the work is done in one day. Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas, now located in Dushore and also serving Bradford and Sullivan counties with owner Harry Titus, a supporter of the Berwick football team and St. Jude Children's Hospital. Call 570-752-4351.
Mason's Monogramming has the largest selection of Bulldog items in Berwick. Family owned with more than than 30 years experience and new Bulldog wear for every age, including masks, tees, polos, sweater shirts, jackets, and hats. They even have brand new indestructible silicone cups, koozies, car coasters, decals, and more. Shop at masonsmonogram.com for their new items and select in-person pickup or shipping right to you. Follow their Instagram at Masons Monogram for their latest new items. Masons Monogram service in Berwick. Let them personalize for you.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
You are the winner of
Halftime from Crispin Field, regular season finale. The Bulldogs leading the Cougars of Hazleton area by a score of 21-7. For an update on other scores on this last night of the regular season, let's go to Julie Lentz.
Thank you so much, Jim. So as I'm looking down my score sheet here, got a lot of scribbles. So let's see, and let's get to it. Central Columbia and Bloomsburg, right now they are tied 21-21. That's in the second. Shamokin, they are ahead of Mount Carmel 13-12. Southern Columbia, no surprise, big one here. They are ahead 55-0 against Shikellamy. The Dallas and Lake Lehman game, that is postponed until tomorrow. Wilkes-Barre area, they are ahead of Wyoming Valley West 34-0 in the second. Williamsport, they are ahead of Tunkhannock 17-0. That's at the half. Loyalsock, they are ahead of Montoursville 28-7. That's also in the second. Milton, they are ahead of Warrior Run 21-6 in the second. North Pocono, they are ahead of Crestwood 17-10. That's at the half. Nanticoke, they are ahead of Hanover area 45-0 at the half. Wyoming area, they are actually in the third right now. They're ahead of Pittston area 14-0 in the third. Valley View, Scranton Prep, that game is also postponed until tomorrow. Lewisburg, they are ahead of Mifflinburg 21-0 at the half. Danville is ahead of Executive Education Academy 17-6 at the half. Jersey Shore is ahead of Central Mountain 49-0 at the half. And Selinsgrove, they are ahead of Midwest 49-0 also at the half. That's all I got for now. So let's head back with Jim Doyle and Andy Ulickney.
Thank you very much, Julie. Right here, it is Berwick 21 and Hazleton area 7. Stats from the opening half, Andy Ulickney.
Well, overwhelmingly in favor of Berwick, Jim. And if you take away that last-minute touchdown, the 35-yarder by Xander Coleman, you would see Berwick with 200 yards in total offense and a half, and it would have been just 50 for Hazleton. But make it 85 for Hazleton is that 35-yard touchdown play. What an impressive one of the nicest I've ever seen. Let's go with the passing. Freddie Corrado, the quarterback, here at halftime is 5 of 7 passing, no interceptions, 52 yards. On the receiving end, Riley Van Gilst, he has a 6-yard catch. Johansel Moran, -5 on his one catch. It was a backward throw, and they really smothered him. Xander Coleman, we mentioned his catch, 35 yards, and what a play it was. After a long pass going deep toward the end zone, the next play, shotgun for Corrado, and he throws it over the middle behind the linebackers in front of the safeties. Xander Coleman at 6'3" goes high, makes the play, and then a beautiful run, including a hurdle to get to the end zone. Hunter Johnson, 2 catches for 16, 52 in the air. On the ground, just 33 yards net. Brady Mizenko, first play of the game, had a 6-yard run, but injured after that and unlikely to see him again. Ashton Carlick, 3 carries for 11 yards. Hunter Johnson, one of the fullbacks, 6 carries for 23. Xander Coleman, a 3-yarder. And then the quarterback, Freddie Cordero, he has 4 carries for -10, sacked on 3 occasions. Been tough going for him. 33 on the ground, 52 in the air, a total of 85 at halftime for Hazleton. Looking at Berwick, 181 yards on the ground on 20 carries. And who's the better of the duo, Tyler Winter or Ethan Lear, as they run that zone read play. Ethan Lear has the yardage in this one, 9 carries, 92 yards here at halftime. He's really looked strong. On the straight-ahead muscle plays, it's Tyler Winter. When he takes it on the mesh, he has 61 yards at halftime. So both on pace for 100-yard games. Jimmy DeAndre finished the half with a 6-yard plunge. Braylon Hawkins took a jet sweep came in motion. He went 22 yards on that. So add him up, 92 and 61 and 22 and 6. You get 181 on 20 carries for Berwick. 3 of 6 passing for Ethan Lear, just enough to keep things loose. 19 yards in the air. Billy Hansen with 2 of the catches. Per yard. The one make that 200 for Berwick here at halftime in total offense. 85 for Hazleton. And again, 35 of that came in the last minute. On to you, Jimmy Doyle. What an exciting first half.
It was, and I don't think you can overstate how important that last score, not only to keep Hazleton area in the game, but to give that 9th grade quarterback, Freddie Corrado, who had a rough first half. The snaps weren't good. The pressure was heavy on him. That's got to give him a big lift.
Yeah, it does, and I think it gives Hazleton's, coach Dennis Bookman a little confidence of, hey, why not throw it? They had a man who could have caught one down on the 1-yard line on a 40-yard pass with, under 2 minutes to go. Then they complete another one in between the zones, behind the linebackers, in front of the safeties, where they're able to get Xander Coleman, who's 6'3", and all sorts of athletic ability. He can take it into the end zone. So you might see them, unleash Freddie Corrado a little bit more in the second half. I think it's tough for him, though, because the snaps are kind of floating back to him. He's struggling where he has to jump for some. One kind of bounced off a running back he had to get, and the pressure's been on. I have Berwick with 3 sacks. They really might, target him if it looks like he's going to start to open up the passing game.
I think this first possession of the second half is huge. Hazleton has not stopped Berwick. The Bulldogs' only possession which they didn't score was when they got it late in the half and they basically just ran out of timeout. The other 3 possessions, they scored. If the Bulldogs score again, it's probably going to be a dominating win for them. Hazleton area needs a stop in this first series.
Yeah, they will, and they have some good defensive studs, and, if they make some adjustments at halftime, but Berwick's not really showing a lot that they haven't shown all year. So you did scout against this zone read. You scouted against power with Tyler Winter, who's doing some of that straight-ahead type of stuff. You certainly know Ethan Lear's elusive, but boy, Ethan Lear just seems to get better and better every game with his reads, with his reaction, with the impromptu plays, with his decisions and cutting. It's going to be tough to keep Berwick in check.
Levi Kurtz will kick off for Hazleton area. Berwick moving from our right to our left in the second half. Bulldogs lead it 21-7. Second half is underway as the kick will be fielded by Sean Bankus at the 15-yard line to the 20, and then is gained tackled around the 25-yard line.
Yeah, big group coming down. Carries that ball out a little too loosely for my liking. Something when they look at film, they may adjust his handling of that football.
It's the Bulldogs offense that was red hot that opening half will take over to start this second half at their own 26-yard line.
They'll huddle on the sideline, get the play, and then hustle themselves out to the football. They had it on the left hash, but they're going to move it to the middle of the field by the way the return went.
Now, Gavin Jones, the starting center, was injured that first half. Looks like he's back in there. He's over center at the 26-yard line. Jimmy DeAndrea is the running back to the right of Ethan Lear, who awaits the shotgun snap and gives it to Jimmy off the left side. Not much doing as he's hit hard after gain of a couple.
Yeah, he fights hard, Jimmy. And the last carry of the half, they snuck him in there at fullback. He's a powerful runner, and I think if you're just going to go with some of the straight-ahead stuff, try to play some ball control, he's not a bad option.
Second down and 9. Berwick at their own 27-yard line. Lear went to the sideline, got the play call. And Berwick breaks the huddle. They'll send a slot to the right side, and Billy Hansen wide to the left. Ethan Lear, second down call. Has the snap, gives it to DeAndrea, trying to sweep the right side, and cuts it through, and again, not much doing. Right about the line of scrimmage.
No, they contained that rather well. We talked about the feature linebackers, Hunter Johnson coming from the inside, working his way. They contained and wouldn't let him get wide. So scraping down the line of scrimmage as they eventually try to turn it upfield. There's Hunter Johnson squaring up on DeAndrea.
Third down and 9. Berwick at their own 27-yard line.
They've had some passing, 3 of 6 for 19 yards at halftime. So limited passing, but they've done some.
DeAndre remains in there as the lone running back. Slot to the left, slot to the right. Lear back to throw. Looking, fires, has his man, a completion short of the sticks at the 35-yard line.
Billy Hansen with the catch, but he caught it at about 7 yards. Needed to get 3 more. Fought for a good another 1 or 2, but it should be a punting situation, and Berwick's already in there.
4th down and 2 at the 34-yard line. We're just underway here in the third. Berwick with that 21-7 lead, and they'll be punting for the first time in this game. It shows how dominant their offense has been.
Has been, though, Jim. Half to play. Hazleton had the last points of the half, and they're going to force a 3-and-out here. Or are they punting?
Berwick coming up as if to go for it. Lear hands off to DeAndre off the left side. He's got running room. 45 midfield. Down the far sideline. Jimmy DeAndre is going to go for a touchdown. Berwick on 4th down. Hands off to Jimmy DeAndre. He goes 66 yards for the score.
Unbelievable. First unbelievable. Berwick chose to go for it. Short yardage with that deep in their own territory. Then I believe Hazleton didn't believe. They want to hold their position. They don't want to jump off sides and give the cheap 5 yards. They were expecting that. Instead, they do hand it. They do run the play. Jimmy DeAndre has a little bit of a seam. He was going to get the 2, if not 3. And then all of a sudden, he's wide on the sideline, sprinting down to the end zone.
We know that Jimmy DeAndre has great speed. He hasn't had a lot of opportunities to display that speed this season. He just did. And a bad snap as the holder will throw, and he had a man open, but it goes incomplete. Timeout in the field, 9:25 to go, third quarter. Berwick 27, Hazleton area 7. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Planning your next big event? Weddings, concerts, church festivals, even construction sites. Preferred Portables has you covered. Preferred Portables offers a luxury restroom trailer that even has hot water. No power? No problem. They can provide a generator to keep the lights on. They even provide sanitary service to campgrounds, parks, parties, and have 24-hour emergency service. Contact Preferred Portables to learn about event and contractor pricing. Check out their website, preferredportables.com. We're number 1 when you have to go number 2.
This is Berg football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
What a turnaround in this football game. Hazleton area scored late in the half to pull to within 21-7. Then they get a stop on Berwick, first forcing a 4th down and 2 for the Bulldogs at their own 34. They think they're going to get the ball back. Momentum perhaps on their side for the first time in this game. Berwick elects to go for it. Jimmy DeAndrea bursts off the left side, 66 yards for a touchdown. It's a 27-7 Bulldog lead with 9:25 to go in the third.
And just stunning football all around, Jim. Every decision in there. High risk to go for it. I wouldn't have done it, but boy, it paid off for Berwick.
There's the kick, very, very high. Riley Van Gilst at the 8-yard line, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, to the 25. The 30, the 35, the 40, and dragged down in Berwick territory. Caleb May makes the saving tackle. Terrific return. Some of it may come back. There is a flag down.
And we'll see where they decide to throw that flag and how they will mark it, Jim. But I've been frightened for Berwick when I've seen this Riley Van Gilst running with the ball after the kicks. He looked scary early in the game. He's had some other nice returns, and this one the best of them all. But a flag somewhere near the 30-yard line should be marched off. Holding against Hazleton, and open the seam for him. That will set Hazleton back, and we'll see where they eventually do spot it, somewhere maybe around the 15-yard line.
And we'll see what that late touchdown in the second quarter does for the confidence of the 9th grade quarterback. Well, it's a big, big penalty. Comes back to the 19-yard line.
Knock momentum switches. You mentioned the late penalty at the half. Certainly gave Hazleton momentum. Then Berwick looked like they lost momentum as they're being stopped. And then fourth down, where you'd expect a punt, they go for it and score. Momentum their way. Then the huge return, momentum Hazleton's way, but the penalty.
High snap, Corrado back to throw, looking, firing long to the far side, incomplete. Caleb May was in coverage downfield. Riley Van Gilst, the closest receiver.
Yeah, but they're showing that they do have confidence in Freddie Corrado to throw the ball. First down instead of run, this team is passing. There's no blitz, there's no pressure on him. Able to field the shotgun snap. Find time and airs it out well downfield, but direction off a little bit.
2nd and 10. Cougars at their 19-yard line. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Berwick showing blitz, flag down.
Jimmy DeAndre went right on top of the center and potted the ground like he was going to come. I didn't think he entered the neutral zone. Did he bring an offensive lineman to come out of his stance? Yes, he did. So he came up, and on a snap call, he kind of faked like he was going, did not enter the neutral zone. But a center or one of the guards flinched out of the stance, and that'll set Hazleton back even further.
2nd and 15, Cougars back at their 14-yard line.
And the 15-yard holding penalty doesn't affect. It was still 1st and 10, but now this 5-yard penalty makes it 2nd and 15.
3 receivers to the left. The snap goes through the hands of Corrado, and he's buried back at the 1-yard line.
Is it the 1 or was he in the end zone? It's the official's call. I think they're going to call it on the 1. He's been struggling with snaps throughout the game, Jim. They're just kind of floating back, and many are high. They're going to say he got possession at the 2-yard stripe. That's surprising me.
It's actually at the 3, so that's where they will have it. And really, a desperate situation. 3rd and 25 for the Cougars back at their 3.
Yeah, I thought he didn't recover until he was on the 1-yard line, if not in the end zone. I thought there'd even be a discussion on that, but they spotted on the 3.
Slot to the left, slot to the right. Corrado under center will hand off. Jimmy DeAndrea wraps up the ball carrier right about the line of scrimmage. Boy, how bad did Berwick miss Jimmy DeAndrea on both sides of the football when he was out?
Miss him a lot, Jim. That became a sumo wrestling match with Xander Coleman, 6'3", 235. And Jimmy DeAndrea won that, throwing him to the ground as they both came up high. He won the wrestling match.
Coleman 9 yards deep in the end zone to punt. Hanson deep in single safety for Berwick. Snap is there. The kick is blocked. The kick is blocked in the end zone. It's a Berwick touchdown. It's a Berwick touchdown after the block punt.
Harrison Snyder, I believe, came up with the football, Jim. He'll get credit for that touchdown. He's had offensive opportunities and now defensively. I did not see who got the block, but Berwick coming in strong. Hazleton, not really enough room. You like to have 14 yards for the punter, if not 15. Instead, his heels are on the end line. He has to hurry it. Berwick makes up the distance, blocks it, and a touchdown for Harrison Snyder as he gets the recovery.
Draven Geiger coming on late for the Bulldogs, but they still have plenty of time for this extra point attempt. They missed their last one as there was a problem with the hold. Josh Kishbaugh is the holder. Lear's snap is a little bit low, and the kick is blocked. The kick is blocked. Timeout in the field. 7:39 to go, third quarter. Berwick 33, Hazleton area 7. You're listening to Bulldogs Football on Pop Radio.
The Mayo Funeral Homes, located at 110 Chestnut Street in Berwick and 77 Main Street in Chickshinny, are proud sponsors of Berwick Bulldog football. The Mayo Funeral Homes, serving all faiths, makes it easier for those you love with pre-arranged funeral counseling, insurance, and pre-financed funerals. Mayo Funeral Homes also offers expert guidance in both traditional and cremation services. Mayo Funeral Homes, perfection in every detail.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
7:39 remaining in the third quarter. Berwick has put a couple of more scores on in this third, and they lead Hazleton area 33-7. The last score comes from special teams, a block punt and a recovery in the end zone by Harrison Snyder. 33-7 is the Bulldog advantage.
Yeah, one more touchdown, Jim, and you're looking at mercy rule. A game that was supposed to be extremely competitive. I think a lot of people gave Hazleton the edge. Right from the first play, star player injured, freshman.
Couple of good returns. Yeah. The ball was fumbled by, or muffed by Sebastian Nivar, but he hustled after it, got the football, and the Cougars will have it with 7:36 to go in this third quarter.
It was coming his way, Jim, and if he just straight catch the ball, he wouldn't have had to move much. But you like to move up and let the man behind you come up. They're more used to that, plus they'd have a head of steam once he made the catch.
Snap, and he gives the ball up to Coleman. Hard running by him, carrying tacklers out to the 30-yard line. Boy, he is tough. Second down, we'll call 2 as they mark the ball at the 29-yard line. In this broadcast tonight, as the handoff to Coleman again off the left side, Liam Carroll again makes the tackle, but not before Xander Coleman picks up 6 yards and a first down to the 35.
Xander Coleman, a senior, passing the field that he's been playing his last half of high school football, Jim, and he's running like he's possessed.
3 receivers to the left. Corrado, the freshman quarterback, started barking signals. Then they'll move Coleman to a receiver on the left and bring in Hunter Johnson as the running back.
Coleman, a very tall target at 6'3", already made a great reception in this game.
Corrado back to throw. Harrison Snyder's on him, but he gets the pass away, and he's got a completion in a Berwick territory. Xander Coleman again, all the way to the Berwick 38-yard line. Boy, nice job by the freshman, as Harrison Snyder was in his face. He stood his ground and got it off.
Yeah. Caleb May coming up to make the tackle. He's not an easy man to bring down. They're going tempo, Jim. They're right on the football game.
26 yards on the completion of Coleman. From the Berwick 38-yard line, Coleman again, one of 3 receivers to the left. Hunter Johnson is the running back to the left of Corrado. Scott Moran, a wide receiver to the right. Hunter Johnson gets the call off the left side. Liam Carroll make the stop again as they pick up about 3. Second down and 7. Berwick now showing to be a little bit vulnerable against the run. They'll get a big body in there, and Matt Gordner, a 6', 265-pounder.
Yeah, run and then mixing the pass in, Jim, so they have Berwick guessing a little bit.
Second and 7 from the Bulldog 35-yard line. 5:23 to go in the third. 3 receivers to the right. Corrado out of the gun. And movement on the part of the front line of the Cougars.
Right tackle just lifted his hand for no reason. Gabe Boris, who hasn't seen action most of the year, kind of just got antsy into position, kind of like lifted the hand to hear the cadence a little better. He wasn't shooting out. 5 yards against Hazleton on that movement.
Second down and 12. Hazleton area at the Berwick 40-yard line. 5:11 remaining in this third quarter. Berwick dominating, leading 33-7. Again, we talked about Berwick's schedule. They've played only 3 teams with losing records. They defeated 2 of them, and they have a 33-7 over the third one here tonight. As Corrado back to throw, fires as a man wide open on the far side, inside the 30, and knocked out of bounds at the 27-yard line for first down.
Brian Diaz with the catch, big number 7 on the outside, simple out pattern. But a good shotgun snap, quarterback gets it, he's comfortable in the pocket, steps and delivers, nice pass.
13 yards to Brian Diaz from the Berwick 27. Corrado started barking signals, then looks to the sideline. Hunter Johnson is the running back. 3 receivers to the left, to the right, 1 to the left. Corrado, high snap, but he pulls it down, and he's got time, and he fires over the middle to the end zone, incomplete. Nice coverage by Caleb May.
Yes, it was, and he has a tough receiver, and Riley Van Gilst is the man who's been returning the kick so well, Jim, and he has nice height to him. Quarterback recovering well after the high snap, and again, composure in the pocket. Berwick unable to get the pressure on him. Nice blocking, nice protection. Drills it toward the end zone, but unable to finish the play.
2nd and 10, Cougars at the Bulldog 27-yard line.
Berwick would really like to put a stop, get a score, and put this into the mercy mode.
Diaz to the left. There's a man in motion. The call goes off the right side. A gain of just a couple. Harrison Snyder makes the tackle on Hunter Johnson.
Harrison Snyder in there, Jimmy DeAndrea joining him. They'll just get a long yard, maybe 2 on that.
So Hazleton area with a 3rd down and 8, score being what it was, surely in 4-down territory.
I'd expect 2 passes too. The quarterbacks looked solid. He's in shotgun. A lot depends on the tempo of the play, the rhythm of the play by the shotgun snap, Jim.
Corrado looks to the sideline for the play call. 3 receivers to the left. He has the snap, and he's back to throw, and he steps up into it, and he fires on the middle. Ball's tipped once, twice, incomplete.
A little too much tipping. Came hard, might have been off a man's hand. Wasn't able to catch it. Berwick behind is going toward the ball. He goes, and it bounces off his hands, and before you know it, Hazleton's reacting, hoping to catch it around the 3. So a hot potato out there. No one really with a great opportunity to make the play, but it kept things exciting.
4th and 8. Hazleton area at the Berwick 25-yard line. Diaz wide to the left. Coleman in a slot to that side. There's a slot to the right as well. And Hazleton area we'll talk about. Timeout. Cougars, 4:04 to go in the 3rd. Berwick leads 33-7. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Don't let orthopedic issues keep you from doing what you love. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute is your orthopedic partner in Hazleton. With same-day appointments available, our team of experts treat everything from joint pain and sports injuries to orthopedic trauma. Live life fully again with Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, located at 26 Station Circle in the Humboldt Industrial Park. Visit lvhn.org/ortho or call 833-LV-ORTHO. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Your health deserves a partner.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Hazleton area with the timeout, talking things over, trying to come up with a play that'll work on 4th and 8 from the Berwick 25-yard line. We have 4 minutes and 4 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Bulldogs leading this one 33-7.
I know if I'm Hazleton, who I'd be throwing to would be number 9, Xander Coleman, at 6'3", and extremely athletic.
He is in a slot to the left. There's a slot to the right as well. Freddie Corrado, the freshman quarterback, has the call on 4th down and 8. Has the snap, and he's back to throw, and he fires over the middle, and he has this man for a touchdown. It's Johansson Moran with the score. Ball right on target, 25 yards.
Another tall receiver. He's 6'2", but he didn't need to be. Wide on the right, runs a post pattern, like a slant, gets inside position. The timing's perfect with the quarterback. He drills it right at the numbers, and without breaking stride, he continues into the end zone.
So Hazleton area is on the board for the second time in this game, and Levi Kurtz is on to attempt the extra point. He's kicked 26 of them on this season. Van Gilst does the holding, snap a little bit high. Van Gilst gets it down, and the kick is through. Timeout on the field. 3:58 to go in the third. Berwick 33, Hazleton area 14. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Hi, this is Cassidy from the Independent Sports Service Department, Route 11 in Bloomsburg. Does your Ford or Lincoln vehicle need service? Having trouble getting an appointment at your usual service center? At Independence Ford, we can and will take care of all your service needs. Regardless of where you purchase your Ford or Lincoln vehicle, our goal is to get you back on the road. Give me a call for an appointment today at 784-1414.
Come and get a great deal and total satisfaction.
Independence Ford, better people, better prices.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
3:58 remaining third quarter. Hazleton area is on the board for the second time in this game, and the second time it's their ninth grade quarterback, Freddie Corrado, with a touchdown pass. This one of 25 yards to Johansel Moran, his third touchdown reception of the season. He is a sophomore. And a nice drive, 79 yards and 10 plays.
Beautiful drive. And, I'd be on my toes for an onside kick, Jim. This team's coming back. They have some momentum. They need a number of scores to get back into this, to really threaten. Onside kick not out of the question.
Levi Kurtz following his extra point. He kicks it downfield, fielded by Sean Bankus. His return to about the 30-yard line where Berwick will put it in play. Andy, it looks like Berwick's going to win this game, barring a collapse, but I think Hazleton area has found something in this freshman quarterback.
They do. They also have a junior quarterback who's injured, who rushed for 430 yards on the season, and who passed extremely well for 756. So they might have a platoon situation or some great competition, but the quarterback position at Hazleton looks to be in good hands, whichever guy is going to win the job next season.
1st and 10, Berwick. Bulldogs moving from our right to our left in this third quarter. They have it at their own 29-yard line. Ty Wilkerson is in as a slot back to the right. There's a slot to the left as well. Tyler Winter will be the running back on this possession. Fake to him. Lear keeps it, looks for some running room, and there's nothing there. He'll lose yardage back to the 27.
Sebastian Reynoso able to corner him back there. He ignored the fake to Winter, stayed with the quarterback behind him. And when the quarterback, Ethan Lear, tried to run, he was able to catch him in the backfield. It'll drop him for a 2-yard loss.
Second down and 12. Bulldogs back in their 27-yard line. Clock running, 3:20 to go in this third quarter. Berwick in the lead, 33-14. Again, a slot to either side. Here comes Wilkerson in motion, takes the handoff, tries to sweep that left side. He is stood up and will be brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, among the people there, Xander Coleman, but the outside linebacker had contained. We saw Wilkerson switch the ball from the outside hand to the inside hand, feeling he'd protect it more, and yet that's the area that took the biggest shot.
Got a yard. Yep, yeah. 3rd and 11. Wilkerson has great speed. The Bulldogs just have not given him an opportunity to display that speed on offense this season. 3rd down and 11. Berwick at their 28. Hazleton area getting a man on very, very late. Lear back to throw, fires, has a man. It's Wilkerson, and he drops it right between the numbers. Would have had an opportunity to use that speed following it.
Yeah, we mentioned his great speed. I'm impressed with Wilkerson, his outside linebacker play. He's not afraid to mix it up. And Jimmy seems to suffer the yips a little bit when the ball comes his way in the passing game. He's struggled all season holding on to that football.
2 players back for Hazleton area. One is Van Gilst. Is Berwick getting a man on late
Bryant Diaz is the other man deep, Jim.
As Braylon Hawkins gets the snap, gets the kick away. End over end kick over midfield. Takes a good roll where Berwick is concerned and will roll dead about the Hazleton area 36-yard line. So that's where the Cougars will put in play with 2:17 to go in the third. And Berwick leading this one 33-14.
I think Berwick needs to start getting a little bit concerned, Jim. If they work this down on a quick drive, can tighten this up to a 33-21 ball game, and we still have a quarter to play. And Hazleton seems to have had all of the momentum. Their players are stepping up. There's a confidence now that the team is showing in the quarterback, as well as the coaches, the other players rallying around him. The offensive line has had a strong game throughout. I think Berwick needs to make the stop here.
3 receivers to the right: Moran, Gilst, and Coleman. Corrado out of the gun from the 35-yard line. Has the snap, fires to the far side, has his man Diaz knocked out of bounds, but not before he got a first down out of the 46-yard line.
Yeah, simple timing pattern. He's going to run the corner off and break it to the sideline. Once he gets to chains, makes the catch and takes himself out of bounds. But a good opening play of the drive for Hazleton.
And the Cougars quickly to the line of scrimmage, which is their own 46-yard line. Hunter Johnson is the running back. Boy, it looked like Berwick was lined up offside from our angle.
Yeah.
I mean, considerably.
And I thought the one receiver wasn't quite set, and he was antsy in his stance and looking back to the coach and stretching the leg. But you're right, Jim. It's going to go against Berwick, 5 yards. Instead of 1st and 10, make it a 1st and 5.
Still 2:13 to go in this third quarter. Cougars from the Berwick 49-yard line. Corrado gives to Johnson. Not much doing. Gets about a yard off the right side.
Berwick had some penetration that time. Defensively, they often sit and read. That time, though, there was step penetration. Made the play a little harder for the running back.
Second down. Cougars have picked up the pace. They're right to the line of scrimmage. They need 5 for the first down. Corrado starts barking signals, then looks to the sideline to head coach Dennis Bookman. Looks over again and again. Finally gets the snap, and he's back to throw, and he's hit as he gets it away, and it's incomplete. Boy, Harrison Snyder put a hit on Corrado, who is down on the play.
He's thrown to Bryant Diaz on a little in pattern, similar to the touchdown play in the last series, but coming from the other side. And that player is down, Jim, and writhing a little bit as the trainers get to check on him, and both teams head to their own sidelines.
Don't know if Hazleton area has a third quarterback. We'll find out after this, as they have the helmet off. Freddie Corrado. 1:33 to go in the third. 33-14 Bulldogs. You're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio.
Hi, this is Jonathan from Nespoli Jewelers in Berwick. We are happy to announce that once again we will have the Nespoli Jewelers Athlete of the Week throughout this football season. Each week, the Berwick coaches will choose an athlete who worked hard, was a good teammate, and put forth his best effort all week. We will announce this student athlete on this station prior to the Berwick football game, and we will be honoring him by donating $100 in his name to the charity of his choice. For more information on the chosen Nespoli Athlete of the Week, please visit us on our Instagram and Facebook pages.
The home of the Berwick Bulldogs. This is W234BH Berwick at 94.7. WBWX W242CY Berwick at 96.3. W282CO Bloomsburg at 104.3. W288CF Danville at 105.5. And streaming online at thisispopradio.com. Pop Radio, a Seven Mountains Media radio station.
3rd and 5, Hazleton area. Freddie Corrado, the injured player, went off under his own power, but Hazleton area is out without their first and second quarterbacks. And did Berwick line up offside again?
They may have jumped Jim. Jimmy DeAndrew has been coming up and pawing at the ground to try to induce an offside. That time he might have convinced the officials. He himself got into the neutral zone, and they called it 5. Strange, it was sort of the field judge who decided to call that. That surprised me. It wasn't one of the linesmen, but someone much further back.
Xander Coleman is going to take direct snaps out of the Wildcat with Corrado on the sideline. First down after the penalty at the Berwick 44. And Coleman will keep it himself off the left side. Hit as he gets to about the Berwick 41-yard line.
Liam Carroll coming on in, making the initial hit. They've been at each other the entire game. One running, the other from linebacker, targeting him. And quite a collision when those two go at it. He'll get 4.
Second down, Cole from the Berwick 41-yard line. Again, Coleman waits the snap. Berwick jumped off again.
I don't know where they're going, Jim. You know, it might be the calls that are more aggressive calls where you think you want to get a head start, crash through a seam, get a blitz going. It's, you have a different cadence being called, too, without that quarterback, Freddie Corrado, in there. Maybe that's inducing Berwick a little bit. Timing things poorly. Shouldn't happen.
Hazleton area driving downfield with the help of the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Second down and 2. Coleman's going to throw it. He has lots of time, and he fires it long over the head of the intended receiver down around the 2-yard line. And there's a flag down behind the line of scrimmage.
I took my eyes off to watch the ball sail. Xander Coleman has been 2 of 2 passing for 68 yards on the season. But probably those passes came on halfback option type of throws.
Roughing the passer against Berwick. So the Bulldogs are coming apart on this Hazleton area possession. 4th penalty against Berwick, and now it's at the Bulldog 21-yard line.
And with this Wildcat look, with this big stud of a quarterback and Xander Coleman taking the snaps, it'd be very difficult to stop if they just go pure power.
And now Coleman is a wide receiver to the right. 3 receivers. Corrado awaits the shotgun snap. He has it, bobbles it, and then fires to the sideline and beyond the reach of his intended receiver.
I don't know if I'd have hurried to make the change, Jim. You can certainly use Xander Coleman's talents in many, many positions. But with the momentum and Berwick, jumping offside so often, and then a penalty with roughing the passer, I'd have pounded him from the Wildcat until he'd get in there and score. I don't think there'd be much stopping him. That's how they bring the freshman quarterback back in and bring him out to a wide receiver position.
2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line. Yeah, Coleman at that wide receiver position as Corrado awaits the shotgun snap from the 21 of Berwick. 2nd down and 10. Corrado back to throw, fires, has a man down near the goal line, and it is
Coleman
at the goal line.
Well, I'd have awarded him the touchdown, Jim. All of a sudden, the running game is being ignored. Freshman quarterback back in. That tough target to cover gets himself down to the 1.
Cougars trying to get a man on very, very late. Now they say they don't need him. Corrado under center. Hands off to Johnson off the right side. He heads in for the touchdown. Hunter Johnson in from the 1, and we have a ball game with 42 seconds to go in the 3rd.
Berwick left this team back in with a number of offsides penalties and then a roughing the passer. They were down without their quarterback. They're playing makeshift football, and they're making it still happen as Berwick is self-destructing a little bit. We're going to see a try for 2, Jim? I don't never know how. You got to look at the card to see what you need. 33-20. They're going to go for 2, I believe. They were changing personnel. They have 16 seconds to get the snap off, and they're still waiting for personnel.
So if they get the 2, they're down 11 as opposed to 12. I don't know. I don't see the math isn't going my way here. As Corrado out of the gun, back to throw. Fires, has a completion, but the receiver will be ridden out of bounds at the 3-yard line. Timeout in the field, 42 seconds to go in the 3rd. Berwick 33, Hazleton area 20. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Planning your next big event? Weddings, concerts, church festivals, even construction sites. Preferred Portables has you covered. Preferred Portables offers a luxury restroom trailer that even has hot water. No power? No problem. They can provide a generator to keep the lights on. They even provide sanitary service to campgrounds, parks, parties, and have 24-hour emergency service. Contact Preferred Portables to learn about event and contractor pricing. Check out their website, preferredportables.com. We're number one when you have to go number two.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
8-3. 42 seconds remaining, third quarter. Berwick's lead is down to 33-20. Hazleton area with some momentum, helped by Berwick penalties. 4 penalties on that scoring drive by the Cougars. And this is still very much a game with over a quarter remaining.
And Hazleton seems to have all the momentum, Jim. They're making stops on Berwick, and they seem unstoppable with their offense, especially when Berwick's helping them along 5 yards here, 5 yards there, 15 yards here.
Levi Kurtz will kick it off. Sean Bankus will field at the Berwick 15 to the 20, the 25, the 30, and to the 36-yard line. Nice return by Sean Bankus.
Not afraid to sacrifice his body, Jim. Not the biggest of guys. Has nice speed. Takes it up the seam here on the near side. He's going to be in a collision. He did secure the ball nicely. And boy, there's always a scrum at the end of his carries up the middle there with the kickoffs.
So Berwick's offense needs to get it back in gear as they have a first down at their 36-yard line. Closing seconds of the third quarter. Tyler Winter is the running back to the right of Lear. Winter gets the call, has a little bit of running room off the left, and then is hit back hard after a short gain on the play.
Checking on the tackler, inside linebacker Hunter Johnson coming in strong to wrap him. He'll get a short 3 yards out of that.
2nd and 7. Bulldogs at their 39-yard line. That'll probably be the final play of this third quarter. So 3 in the books of this regular season finale at Crispin Field. Berwick 33, Hazleton area 20. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Mason's Monogramming has the largest selection of Bulldog items in Berwick. Family owned with more than 30 years experience and new Bulldog wear for every age, including masks, tees, polos, sweater shirts, jackets, and hats. They even have brand new indestructible silicone cups, koozies, car coasters, decals, and more. Shop at masonsmonogram.com for their new items and select in-person pickup or shipping right to you. Follow their Instagram at Mason's Monogram for their latest new items. Mason's Monogram service in Berwick. Let them personalize for you.
Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick. The roofing experts for all of our listening area. With over 30 years experience and great rates, why go anywhere else when Red's Roofing will get the job done right for your roofing, decks, and siding, specializing in metal roofs, rubber roofs, and shingles. Most of the work is done in one day. Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas. Now located in Dushore and also serving Bradford and Sullivan counties with owner Harry Titus, a supporter of the Berwick football team and St. Jude Children's Hospital. Call 570-752-4351.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
3 quarters in the books here at Crispin Field. Final quarter for the seniors to play here at Crispin Field. Final quarter of the season for the Cougars, who will not be in the playoffs. Looked like a Berwick rout when it was 33-7 in the third, but it's 33-20 now. Berwick with the football to start this final period, moving from our left to a right. They have a 2nd down and 7. They have it at their 39. Lear out of the gun. Gives to Winter, hit behind the line, and he'll be brought down short of the line of scrimmage, and Hazleton area fired up. The momentum in this game has definitely shifted.
Yes, it has, Jim. Noticed it along the way. Penalties will do that. Confidence in the quarterback in the second half. Hazleton's making the plays. Berwick's not.
3rd down and 7. Bulldogs. Big call coming here early on in the fourth. Berwick trying to get the momentum back. Yes, they have the lead, but a long way to go in this one.
Question, do you pass here? Or do you turn loose the legs of Ethan Lear, the quarterback?
Slot to the left, slot to the right. Lear has the snap, and he's back to throw, and he fires, and he has the catch by Hansen. No, he could not hang on as he hit the ground. The ball popped out. Would have been a first down to 48. Berwick punting. The momentum stays with Hazleton area.
Running a deep out to Hansen here on the near side. Routes there, balls there, but unable to hold on. He was covered relatively well behind him, so he had to put it out there low. Just couldn't hold on as he went to the ground.
Braylon Hawkins back to punt, standing back at the Berwick 25-yard line. Riley Van Gilst back in single safety for the Cougars. Good snap by Lear. The kick is away. Comes up short, hits at the Hazleton area 35. Nice roll where Berwick is concerned, and will go dead around the 18-yard line. So that's where the Cougars will put it in play with 10:58 to go, and Berwick's lead at 33-20.
Yeah, Berwick needs to put the kibosh to things here, though. They need to regain control, regain momentum, make the defensive stop. Take Hazleton out of this game, kind of kill their hopes by stalling a drive out here and then getting one of their own, getting themselves back into the charge, back into the momentum swing.
Well, a start would be staying on side.
Yeah, yeah.
1st and 10. Cougars at their 18. They move from our right to our left in this final period. Is that Coleman about to take the snap? No, it's Corrado. He's back to throw. He fires over the middle, incomplete. Intended for Moran. Good coverage. Gavin Galusha, 9th grader for Berwick in that secondary right now.
2 receivers ended up coming in his area. He's playing a free safety and backpedaling with it. 2 very tall receivers ended up in front of him, but pass unable to be completed.
2nd down and 10. Hazleton area at their own 18-yard line. Early here in the 4th. Cougars trying to make this a 1-possession game. Slot to the left, slot to the right. Corrado, the 9th grader, awaits the shotgun snap, and he's back to throw, and he fires to the far side. Diving attempt.
No, incomplete. Billy Hansen in the area, Jim, and he kind of dove for it, and on his knees got hands on him, but couldn't corral it himself. So Berwick setting up a nice 3rd and 10 situation. Going to have to play pass defense for one more play here if they can have success in keeping it away.
Rocco Romeo checks into that defensive front for the Bulldogs on a 3rd down and 10. 3 receivers to the left. Corrado barks the signals, then looks to the sideline for the change of play.
Will Roy Dennis apply pressure?
High snap. Corrado back to throw. Looking. Fires it downfield, incomplete. There was a man in the face of the quarterback, Corrado.
Yeah, I think it was Harrison Snyder. He took on his guard, made sure he contained him, then came in another step or so to apply the pressure and hurry the passer.
Might have been a little early for Hazleton area to abandon the run.
I agree, Jim. I think, they got the quarterback back in there healthy after he had to sit out a couple of plays. I'd have certainly stayed with the running game. But that's me. I always stay with the running game.
And start with it as well.
Yeah.
Coleman back to punt. Xander Coleman back at his 5. Snap. Kick is away. Low line drive kick. Billy Hansen fields it at the 45, evades one man and another, and gets it to the 49-yard line of Hazleton area.
Scary play ended on the bounce, Jim. I'm watching in Hazleton when the ball bounces on a punt. They run away. They run away. In fact, you should yell it like the Monty Python characters. Run away, run away. Berwick kind of lingers when the ball bounces. And then Billy Hansen had the decision, you know what, I can one-hand this and pull it in and stop it from bouncing. I'd have been running away from that one.
Berwick needs a score to put this one away. 10:30 remaining. They lead 33-20. They get it in good field position at the Cougar 49-yard line.
Be nice if they could reestablish their running game with that zone read.
Tyler Winter is the running back. Lear is back to throw, and he fires, and he throws an interception. And the return to the far side, to the 40, to the 45. The return man still on his feet to the 48-yard line. Hazleton area in business. Instead of establishing the run, the Bulldogs throw an interception. Van Gils with the pick and the return, and the Cougars in business.
He was merely backpedaling. He read past very quickly. He's the free safety. He kept backpedaling down the middle of the field, and the ball came his way. Errant throw. Berwick trying to catch lightning in a bottle and put a capping score there rather than saying, let's kill some time and drive with this on the ground. Decides they need to go to the pass, and Hazleton with the turnover has new life.
Berwick led 33-7. The Cougars are 47 yards away from making this a one-score game. 10-19 still to go. From the Berwick 47, three receivers to the right. Corrado has the snap, and he's back to throw, and he's looking, and he fires downfield. Oh, he had Van Gils open over the middle to 25. He overshot his mark.
Yes, he did. A little bit high. Young quarterback, comfortable in the pocket, looked poised, stepped, threw down the middle, had the receiver went 2-3 steps, but a little bit too high for that receiver to reach up or jump up and make the play.
2nd and 10, Hazleton area at the Berwick 47-yard line. Corrado trotted to the sideline, got the play call. Diaz splits wide left. Three receivers to the right. Hazleton area's all but abandoned the running game. Corrado's back to throw again. Fires downfield, intended for Gils. This time, good coverage. Step for step was Braylon Hawkins. Pass goes incomplete.
Yes, he was. Man's on the slot on the right side, posting down the middle. Braylon Hawkins staying with him step for step. And an inside position, so maybe a perfect pass right on the numbers may have been completed. But you certainly can't knock the coverage Braylon Hawkins had on him there.
3rd and 10. Cougars, they might be in 4-down territory. They're at the Berwick 47 early here in the 4th, trailing by 13. Again, three receivers to the right. Corrado has the snap, back to throw. Fires downfield into traffic. The ball is dropped by Caleb May. It goes incomplete.
It does. Ty Wilkerson had to stay with the man in man-to-man coverage from an outside linebacker position on a play that's going deep. I thought at the very end he grabbed out and tried to reach the jersey, but it wasn't going to be caught in any case, and no flag followed.
4th and 10, Hazleton area at the Berwick 47.
You know, they're passing, Jim, and everything is 15 to 20 yards downfield, if not further. Now they'll need a 10-yard pass to convert here. Again, does Roy Dennis, the defensive coordinator, roll the dice and come with some additional pressure, or we see the 4-man rush?
4 receivers to choose from after this Hazleton area timeout. 10:02 to go. 33-20 Bulldogs. You're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio.
Save today on a great selection of the best appliance brands and discover top-notch service at Flick Brothers Electric in Bloomsburg. Browse their showroom, which features appliances in a variety of different kitchen configurations and offers appliances and water heaters for every budget. Flick Brothers showcases top names like GE and GE Monogram, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, KitchenAid, Maytag, Sharp, Amana, and built in the USA Speed Queen and Viking appliances. Flick Brothers Electric, Maple Lane, Bloomsburg for over 65 years. Call 570-784-3444.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Jim Doyle and Andy Lickney from Crespin Field in Berwick. This is the regular season finale. Berwick leading Hazleton area 33-20. If the Cougars are going to remain in this game, it may depend on this play. They have it at the Berwick 47-yard line. They face a 4th down and 10 following their timeout.
And again, most of the passes have been going to the 20-25-yard distance. They may decide to run something of a comeback. And again, tall receivers, often mismatches for Berwick. Quarterback's throwing a nice ball. Does Berwick get a little more pressure? Doesn't look like they're showing it. Showing a 4-man rush, everyone else back.
3 receivers to the right. Corrado has the snap, and he's back to throw. He has time, and he fires, and he has his man. And I believe it's a first down at the 37-yard line.
Xander Coleman is going to be your target. He caught him a yard short, but he's so hard to bring down, Jim. He turned and fought, and where is the spot? We have a player down.
That's Coleman.
He'd be in the way of a measurement. Will it require a measurement? No.
No, it's a first down.
It's a first down by a full yard. So, quarterback showed poise, drilled it in a yard short, but Coleman is not going to be stopped. No one brings him down. He spun to the inside, well, actually toward the sideline, toward the Hazleton sideline, and fought before Berwick could bring him down for the extra yard or so that he needed. Now the question is, are they going to be playing without him for a few plays or for the rest of the game? It's a team that's faced adversity throughout. Brady Majenko, their star running back, guy who probably would have had 1,000 yards on the season at the end of this one, hurt on the first play of the game. A freshman quarterback in Freddie Corrado, forced in for Austin Wilson, who's been injured. A star thrower and runner. And now all of a sudden their star, number 9, and he's getting up and running off the field, Xander Coleman, down. But it looks like a momentary stoppage for him.
So we still have a game. If Hazleton area gets in the end zone, 9:53 to go. Berwick leads 33-20, but the Cougars first down at the Berwick 36. They convert on a 4th and 10 as the freshman quarterback sings one in to Xander Coleman. 3 receivers bunched to the right. Corrado out of the gun. He's back to throw again. He fires far down the far side, incomplete. Well, they have just completely abandoned the run. It's all passing and all downfield.
Yeah, they're not even going with the short passing game. Nothing with screens, nothing with hitches, nothing sideways, not the running backs. They have taller receivers. They feel they can out-jump Berwick. They're having confidence in this freshman quarterback who's looking very impressive. Poised in the pocket, throwing the nice ball. Berwick not coming with the same pressure. They had 3 sacks in the first half. We haven't seen a pressure since.
3 receivers now to the left. 2nd and 10. Cougars at the Bulldog 36. Corrado throws to the far side. Has a man. A completion very, very close to the first down on the far side.
Number 6. That's Johansel Moran. Working the sideline, running the out pattern, getting the inbounds catch. They're not going to move the change, Jim, so give him a long 9 on that.
So it is.
Up now they're changing it to a first down.
First down at the 26. Again, the Cougars 26 yards away from making this a really tight game. Corrado out of the gun, will throw again. This time they get some pressure, but he's able to dance away and get about a yard to the 25-yard line.
Stepped up in the pocket, but Berwick stayed with him rather well. Chased him down, trying to get the number, but I think I missed it, Jim.
2nd and 10. No gain on the play to the 26-yard line. Ends a long streak of passes for Hazleton area as they have 3 receivers to the left.
Designed to be a pass play, though.
And a handoff, and there's some running room for Hunter Johnson, and he gets to the 20-yard line. Bring up a 3rd down and short.
And surprise, we can run it. We haven't totally forgotten or abandoned it. They'll give him a good 6 yards on that. Now, do you choose to run it twice to get the change, or you go back to that passing game? Coach Bookman's decision.
And there's plenty of time. They can still run the football.
Oh, yeah.
8.5 minutes to go. They have it at the Berwick 20-yard line. 3rd down and 4. 3 receivers to the left. Corrado back to throw. Looking, fires a bullet pass over the middle. Incomplete.
Didn't see anyone in the area, Jim, and he may have realized, hey, this is covered. It was only going to be about 7 yards past the line of scrimmage down the middle. Linebackers for Berwick in the area. Thrown low and not find anyone to catch it or to intercept it.
So again, Hazleton area facing a 4th down, needing a conversion to keep the drive alive, to keep the game alive. from the Berwick 20-yard line.
Berwick showing a 3-man pass rush.
Corrado has the snap. Back to throw. Fires. He has his man Moran down at the 5-yard line for a first down. Oh, the freshman stands in and throws a bullet, and they convert again on 4th down.
It's his day. It's his half, actually. They didn't show this confidence in him in the first half, Jim, and then all of a sudden he looked strong right at the end of the half, and they decided, why not go? Let's see what that hot hand can do, and he's been rewarding them with successful quarterback play.
14 yards on the reception. 1st and goal, Hazleton area at the Berwick 6. And he's back to throw. Corrado, and he fires, and he has a completion, but down to the 2-yard line. Liam Carroll makes a short tackle in the open field. That's Coleman back in the game.
Yeah, Coleman's been tough, and Liam Carroll's been sort of assigned to him, whether it's run or whether it's pass. Very short type of passing, but they hoped he would make the catch and be able to take it in. Liam Carroll prevents that.
2nd and goal from the 2. Coleman now is the lone running back. Corrado under center from the 2. Will handle it to Coleman, and he goes in standing up off the right side. Hazleton area gets the score and stays in this game.
There's just no one there defensively, Jim. He took it like he was getting the B gap on the right side, bounced outside his tackle, and nothing but open space. Probably some sort of a missed assignment and some goal line defense look, but no one to play contain, no one there to make a tackle.
So it started with the interception by Van Giltz. It ends with the touchdown run by Coleman. And now the extra point attempt to make it a 6-point game. Snap, placement, kick is up, and the kick is good. Time out of the field, 7:18 remaining. Berwick 33, Hazleton area 27. You're listening to Bulldogs Football on Pop Radio.
Hi, this is Jonathan from Nespoli Jewelers in Berwick. We are happy to announce that once again we will have the Nespoli Jewelers Athlete of the Week throughout this football season. Each week, the Berwick coaches will choose an athlete who worked hard, was a good teammate, and put forth his best effort all week. We will announce this student athlete on this station prior to the Berwick football game, and we will be honoring him by donating $100 in his name to the charity of his choice. For more information on the chosen Nespoli Athlete of the Week, please visit us on our Instagram and Facebook pages.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Van Giltz with the interception, setting up Hazleton area at the Berwick 47. A 12-play scoring drive ensues. 2 4th-down passing conversions by freshman quarterback Freddie Corrado, and it is a game. Berwick led in this game 33-7. It's now 33-27 and still 7:18 to play.
And while you're mentioning Hazleton and their highlights, Jim, Berwick's been inept offensively. 1 of 4 passing, and that just being a 7-yarder, and 1 was intercepted. Tyler Winter, who had 61 yards at half, still has just 63, so he only has a couple. We're looking at Ethan Lear, who at half had 92, is down to 90, so there's been no offense.
Kurtz's kick will be fielded by Sean Bankus at the 10 to the 15 to the 20, and he is hemmed in and brought down close to the 30-yard line. So the pressure now on the Berwick offense, as Andy just documented, they have not been doing anything in this second half, and their lead is down to 6 and still 7:11 to play.
I think they got to go back to their roots, Jim. They got to go to what was successful in the first half. I think they got to get that running game going, drive the ball, use that zone read, make things happen on the ground. That's what was successful all season. You got to get a drive and play some keep away here, run that clock down.
1st and 10 Bulldogs. Slot to the left. Lear out of the gun. Gives to Winter. He spins for a couple out to about the 33 before Xander Coleman brings him down.
Not getting away from him at inside linebacker, but the initial charge didn't give him 5 yards, Jim. Coleman had to come from the other inside backer position across the formation to get him. So I feel that's a very good start for Berwick on this drive.
2nd and 5, Bulldogs at their 34-yard line. Clock running, 6:43 to go. Trying to close out the regular season with a victory, but their lead a slim 6 points at the moment. They send a slot to the left side, wide receiver right. Lear out of the gun. Tyler Winter to his left. Fake to Winter. Lear keeps the football, gets the first down. Straight ahead, over the 40-yard line.
Giancarlo Peralta coming up from the secondary. But again, the deception in that zone read. Fake to Winter going to his left, then take it inside over the center and move the chains. Good play.
8 yards on the carry by Ethan Lear. 1st and 10, Berwick at their own 42-yard line. As Lear trotted to within 10 yards of the sideline, got the signal from offensive coordinator Nick Dawson. And now 3 receivers to the right. Lear out of the gun. Fake to Winter. Lear keeps it. Has a good first down carry out near the 48-yard line.
Zone read yet again. Eventually stopped by Hazleton's Robert Anderson. Making it off to the left. Moving a little more deliberately to the right. Finding that seam. The zone reads deception tends to give him. And he'll get about 6 yards on that one. Give him a 100-yard game. 104 yards by my count for quarterback Ethan Lear.
Second game in a row, he's gone over 100. Did so at Crestwood last Friday. 2nd and 4. Berwick at their 47. 5:12 to go in the game. After a shift, Harrison Snyder on a wing to the right. They give it to Winter. He'll a fake, and Lear keeps it, breaks the tackle, and gets the first down at the 43-yard line. Well, not only is Ethan Lear deceptive, but more and more as this season has gone on, he's been a strong runner.
He has been, Jim, and his collision was with Xander Coleman, who I don't think he realized he had the ball. He ran into Xander Coleman's back and twisted away to the inside on that.
That is a 9-yard carry and a first down at the Hazleton area 43-yard line.
Need to keep an eye on the play clock. Let it run down to under 5 before you take the snap.
Cougars with just 1 timeout remaining from the 42. Fake. Lear keeps it. Get outside left. And Lear close to another first down. Out to the 35-yard line.
There's some magic in that play, Jim. I don't know, from up above, from other places, when you scout it, it just doesn't seem that tricky. But they mesh nicely. Lear may keep it 70% of the time. And yet the defense doesn't seem ready when he pulls it, takes it outside, and gets a good 8-9 yards on that.
2nd down and 2. Berwick milking that clock, which now is at 3:50. They have a 6-point lead, and they have the ball at the Cougar 35-yard line. 2nd down and 2. Lear out of the gun. Gives the ball to Winter. Up the middle. Tyler Winter has the first down. Benson breaks free at the 15. 10-5. It goes in for the touchdown. Tyler Winter's 2nd and 3rd effort. 35 yards for the score.
Beautiful effort. Just a beautiful effort. Give him 103 yards on the game with that touchdown scamper. They bring Harrison Snyder to the point of attack, and he's going to do an in block right there. Double team the other way. A straight give to Tyler Winter. He's met deep in the linebacker level, but no one wraps him. He's able to break through, squirt through, keep his balance. Then acceleration from almost a standstill and out sprints everyone to the end zone. Huge play. Tyler Winter.
Berwick will go for 2 as Ethan Lear came on, told the referee, we want the hash to the left. That's where they'll set this up.
Wide side of the field to the right then. For some reason, they may want to work it in that direction.
Tyler Winter is the running back to the right of Ethan Lear. He directs a receiver to the right. And now Berwick will use a timeout. We'll take one as well. 3:32 to go. 39-27 Bulldogs. You're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio.
Planning your next big event? Weddings, concerts, church festivals, even construction sites. Preferred Portables has you covered. Preferred Portables offers a luxury restroom trailer that even has hot water. No power? No problem. They can provide a generator to keep the lights on. They even provide sanitary service to campgrounds, parks, parties, and have 24-hour emergency service. Contact Preferred Portables to learn about event and contractor pricing. Check out their website, preferredportables.com. We're number one when you have to go number two.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
3:32 to go in the game. What a drive by Berwick. It comes at a big time. Their lead was down to 6. They keep it on the ground. And they go 6 plays, 71 yards. Tyler Winter with a burst up the middle from 35 yards out. His 11th rushing touchdown of the season, his 2nd of the night. And Berwick called a timeout to set up this 2-point conversion, trying to make it a 14-point lead.
Put the ball on the left hash. They wanted its spot there, and then they put Billy Hansen, moved him out to the right. And then all of a sudden, late, they're moving Braylon Hawkins out to the right along with him. And I think there was some confusion with the play call. These 2 points could be critical. 14-point lead is certainly more comfortable, than if you had 2 points less. Keeps Hazleton's hopes up. So they wanted to make sure everything was right, worthy of the timeout. They're going to start with trips on the right to begin with here.
And Jimmy Giandria now is the running back to the right of Ethan Lear. 3 receivers to the right. Here comes one in motion toward the line of scrimmage. Rolling right as Lear fires incomplete behind the intended receiver. So the 2-point conversion pass fails. Timeout on the field. 3:32 to go. Berwick 39. Hazleton area 27. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Looking for convenient and reliable dumpster rentals for your residential or commercial project? EcoFirst Logistics has you covered with dumpster rentals from Bloomsburg to Hazleton and surrounding areas. Their dumpster rental service is designed to make waste disposal easy, hassle-free, and eco-friendly. Whether you're planning a construction or renovation project, junk removal, or a major cleanup, they carry a range of dumpster sizes to fit your needs and ensure that what can be saved is sorted out. On the web at eco-firstlogistics.com or on Facebook.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
What a drive by Berwick, and it couldn't come at a better time for the Bulldogs. Hazleton area had all the momentum. Trailing 33-7, they had pulled to within 33-27. And Berwick goes back to doing what Berwick does best, running the football with a read option. Ethan Lear getting it done, and then Tyler Winter finishing it off. Bulldogs have a 12-point lead, 3:32 to go, 39-27 Berwick.
Tyler Winter with 104 yards rushing. Quarterback Ethan Lear with 123 yards rushing, and they need all of that.
Van Gilst and Diaz back deep for the Cougars.
Sean Bankus going to the kicker, whispering something in his ear, maybe keeping it away from Van Gilst.
Peters approaches the football, and there's a low line drive kick. It'll be fielded at the 21-yard line by Diaz, and he's got a head of steam over the 40, the 45 to midfield, down the far sideline, and the kicker, Luke Peters, makes the saving tackle at the 25-yard line.
They don't want to kick it all the way down to Van Gilst. They squib it, bounce it, but it still gets down to around the 20-yard line area. It's scooped up, and all of a sudden it's the other man, Diaz, who's breaking it down the sideline, and the kicker has to stop and make the play. Berwick players cramped up, so we're going to have a momentary stoppage as they work his leg. But oh boy, back and forth, and now it's back again.
So Hazleton area not out of this one yet. Still 3:23 to go. They trail by 12, but a quick score here. And they have it at the Berwick 27-yard line.
And their offense has been pretty much quick strike, Jim. Most of this half has been passes in that 20-yard or further range. Cramp player is up. Looks like it's number 44. That would be Sean Bankus. They're going to help him off, and the defense will be out there.
So the Cougars After the long run back by Bryant Diaz, set it up at the Berwick 27-yard line.
Ball on the right hash. That's the Hazleton side of the field. Wide side to the left. They're sending trips receivers out here.
The 9th grade quarterback, Freddie Corrado, at the controls. He's back to throw, and he fires over the middle. The ball is tipped and incomplete. A nice defensive play out of the Berwick secondary.
Billy Hansen there, Jimmy. He had that Johansel Moran. Moran goes 6'2". But Hansen got the inside position on him and able to knock that ball away.
Berwick has come close to interceptions tonight, but they are not an intercepting team. In fact, when Billy Hansen picked off a pass at Crestwood last week, it was the first interception of the season for the Bulldogs.
Unbelievable. They could use one here.
One here would put the game away.
Team's throwing.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Corrado out of the gun. From the 27, he has the snap, and he's back to throw, and he fires, and he has a completion. Nice tackle in the open field, the 23-yard line, as Josh Kishbaugh makes the stop of Riley Van Gilst.
Yeah, and he made the stop comfortably, just a 4-yard gain. They'll give that underneath and keep the clock moving.
3rd and 6. 3 receivers to the right. Bryant Diaz to the left.
Clock running while they look for the play.
Far side, he's got some room.
He has to make the play. He's coming up the middle of the field and veering right, veering further right, and does get the sidelines. We have a stoppage.
Yeah, Berwick player cramping up. Normally, on October 27th, on the last weekend of the regular season, you don't have the cramps that are so...
Defensive player in my mind. He's going to hobble off. It's not so much the hobbling off, but he will have to miss this play. How quick can they get him back? Can he walk this off and be in the play late?
Third down run for the first down. And the Cougars at the Berwick 13-yard line with 2:29 to go in the game. Corrado has the snap, and he's back to throw, and he's firing to the end zone. Incomplete.
Billy Hansen had real nice coverage back there on the receiver. Quarterback realized he's running out of time. I'll throw it high in that area, but too high for anyone to have a chance to catch.
DeAndrea checks back in for Berwick at that linebacker spot. 2nd and 10. Hazleton area at the Berwick 13-yard line. Corrado went to the sideline for the play call. See where Coleman lines up. He is one of 3 receivers to the left. There's also a receiver wide to the right. From the Berwick 13, 2nd down call. And flags and whistles. Look like Hazleton was moving.
Hazleton started ahead of the snap. The receivers in the backfield were expecting it on half a count sooner than that. So moving back 5 yards makes it a little bit harder for Hazleton, but they still can't get to the change down around the 4-yard line. And, of course, their target is the end zone with 2:20 and the clock moving.
The ball at the Bulldogs, 18-yard line. Johansel Moran, who caught a touchdown pass earlier, is wide to the right. 3 receivers to the left. Corrado has the snap, back to throw, fires a bullet over the middle, and Hansen knocks it down. Great timing by Billy Hansen.
Yeah, he's had Johansel Moran in coverage, and he's going to be out. He has the height disadvantage. He's not as big. Tried to run a slant in, and Billy Hansen knows something about receivers, sensed the move, got in, and punched that ball away so it could not be caught.
3rd down and 15. Hazleton area at the Berwick 18-yard line. Exactly 2 minutes to play. Cougars need a touchdown and an onside kick to have a shot at this one. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Corrado has the snap, and he's back to throw, and he fires on the middle. It's tipped, and it goes right to Diaz, and he is stopped short of the goal line.
Caleb May put the shot on. First it seemed like Liam Carroll was going to intercept it, Jim, but he did not get it. The receiver got it, and it looked like a straight shot, and Caleb May knocks him back a yard.
1st and goal. Corrado gives to Coleman. He doesn't get in. He doesn't get in. He's stopped at the 4-yard line. Cougars will use a timeout with 1:42 to go. What a big defensive play.
Liam Carroll's been going head-to-head with him the entire game, and he met him near the goal line. And then Skylar never able to twist him back after that. Jim, too much action for me. The pass play was exceptional. They throw it down the middle. Liam Carroll's in position. It looks like he might intercept it. But instead, the man cuts in front, takes it from him at the 2-yard line, and then all of a sudden that hard hit, knocks him back. Now they try to run it in with their big stud. And Berwick comes up big again. Liam Carroll with the stop. And while, it may be where there's an inevitable touchdown, it's going to be with 2 plays less time on the clock.
Plus, it made Hazleton area use their final timeout. Mm-hmm. So it was a huge play from several aspects. And now the Cougars need to get it in quickly and then go to the onside kick. They trail 39-27.
They're on about the 2.5, 3-yard line. And they may decide to try to pass it here, Jim, in case they come up short. They don't want the clock to run.
Coleman is the lone running back. Corrado under center. Fake to Coleman. Corrado keeps it, trying to get in off the right side. He doesn't get there. Another stand for Berwick.
Jimmy DeAndrea caught him by the jersey at the 1-yard line and stopped his momentum. And then sort of an elastic stretch back, pulled him back as Berwick joins in.
It's at the 1-yard line. 3rd down and goal.
31.
Movement on Hazleton area. There was no flag, and a pass out, and a pass completed. No, it's incomplete. Incomplete. Clock stops with 1:08 to play, and this will be a 4th down play coming.
Looked like it was going to be caught and then tackled for a loss around the 4-yard line. Instead, the receiver doesn't hold on. The lineman picks it up, but the ball is blown dead. Oh, yeah, do or die now, Jim.
4th and goal. Cougars at the Berwick 1.
In the 4th quarter. 4th and 1.
Boy, Moran going wide right. He's limping noticeably.
Quarterback, Jim, number 9.
Coleman under center. Big guy will try it off the right side. Second effort will get him. Does he get in?
I sure thought he did.
Now there's the touchdown sign from the referee, 15 yards downfield. So they get the touchdown to make it 39-33, 1:03 to go.
Go to your star, Jim. He's carried you through the game offensively and defensively. Put him directly under center and go for a long quarterback sneak. And he would not be denied as he took it in almost with a stand-up.
Levi Kurtz will attempt the extra point. Snap, placement, kick is up, and the kick is good. Timeout in the field. 1:03 still to go. Berwick 39, Hazleton area 34. You're listening to Bulldogs football and Pop Radio.
Are you serious? Oh my gosh, I might cry.
Hey, that's Jen Mapes from Mapes Farm Fresh in New Berlin. They're one of this year's recipients in the Seven Mountains Media Local Business Grant.
We're a very small family dairy farm, and I know this $10,000 grant's really going to help us out.
The Seven Mountains Media Local Business Grant is proudly supported by these amazing local businesses: W&L, Subaru, Mazda, Nissan, Rocky Auctions, and Wise Markets.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Well, these teams have played a very, very entertaining game here at Crespin Field tonight. 1:03 to go. Berwick 39, Hazleton area 34. It's all going to come down to an onside kick. Hazleton area has no timeouts remaining. In that stand, Andy, while it didn't keep them out of the end zone ultimately, really helped because it took time off and it made Hazleton area burn all their timeouts.
It most certainly did, Jim. So if you can recover the onside kick, you should be able to take the kneel downs. They're going to kick it from near the left hash, angling it toward the Hazleton sideline. Berwick has 9 people up between the 50 and their 40 in the stoppage.
Berwick will use a timeout. They weren't aligned exactly as they wanted to for this onside kick attempt.
Well, they wanted to see the direction it was going to be kicked, or at least the way it looked like it was going to be kicked. Of course, the ball must go 10 yards unimpeded. Now, Berwick can come up and try to recover it at 9 or 8 or 7 if they choose. If they touch it and it fumbles, it's a live ball. But if Hazleton would recover it before it goes 10 yards, it would become Berwick's ball at that point.
Andy, I don't recall who the brilliant prognosticator was who said that it would take a lot of points to win this game. But whoever it was had some real insights, because both these teams give up over 30 points a game on the season, and both have given up over 30 in this one. Berwick, though, has the advantage. 39-34, 1:03 to go. And the Bulldogs just need to garner this onside kick attempt to win this one.
Just one man back and 10 people within 10 yards of the 50 and their own 40. Again, it's going to be the same look near the left hash, crossing the field diagonally toward the Hazleton side.
Here we go. Levi Kurtz with the attempt. The kick hits the turf. It's loose, and Berwick able to cover it at the 41-yard line.
First man who tried to play it, it was a hot potato. It came at him hot, and he couldn't quite get it. But other people in the area getting in there and getting on it. Number 44 coming up with that for Berwick, Jim, and that's a big play by Brock Sims. Part of the hands team. He could see, he probably sealed the win with that one. Berwick should be able to take the knees and end it.
1:03 remaining. Sims getting congratulations on the sideline. Brock Sims is a 9th grader, and he makes arguably as big a play as there's been here tonight.
5'9", 165 pound. When he's playing offense, it's a tight end. Defense, it's a linebacker. An important part of that hands team for Berwick.
Again, the Cougars out of timeouts. And Berwick in victory formation. Lear under center will take a knee. So a nice way to close out the regular season. Again, Berwick will be in the postseason. Where they'll be headed, we don't know. It won't be here. They were 7th out of the 8 teams coming in. They'll probably move up a bit. And a couple of games involving teams that are ahead of Berwick have been moved to tomorrow for whatever reason, I don't know. But anyhow, the clock winding down, and it's been a very, very interesting night. Something these seniors, all 12 of them, will remember fondly after this. There's the final knee. Clock winding down with 18 seconds. For Orlando, telling his team to start across the way. Terrific effort by both teams. Didn't look like 2-7 versus 2-7. Looked like two teams fighting for playoff lives. And the final score, Hazleton area 34, Berwick with the big 39. Stick around. Julie Lentz will have an update on the scores. I'll have the scoring, and Andy will have the stats. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Hi, this is Cassidy from the Independent Sports Service Department, Route 11 in Bloomsburg. Does your Ford or Lincoln vehicle need service? Having trouble getting an appointment at your usual service center? At Independence Ford, we can and will take care of all your service needs. Regardless of where you purchase your Ford or Lincoln vehicle, our goal is to get you back on the road. Give me a call for an appointment today at 784-1414.
Come and get a great deal and total satisfaction.
Independence Ford, better people, better prices.
As a community bank, First Columbia Bank and Trust knows the value of helping our young people dream, excel, and reach their goals. For more than 120 years, First Columbia has been committed to helping our communities prosper and our youth succeed. We're proud to invest in our youth through athletics, the arts, and education. First Columbia Bank and Trust, with you and your children every step of the way.
Every step of the way. First Columbia Bank.
Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick. The roofing experts for all of our listening area. With over 30 years experience and great rates, why go anywhere else when Red's Roofing will get the job done right for your roofing, decks, and siding. Specializing in metal roofs, rubber roofs, and shingles. Most of the work is done in one day. Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas. Now located in Dushore and also serving Bradford and Sullivan counties with owner Harry Titus, a supporter of the Berwick football team and St. Jude Children's Hospital. Call 570-752-4351.
The Mayo Funeral Homes, located at 110 Chestnut Street in Berwick and 77 Main Street in Chickashinny, are proud sponsors of Berwick Bulldog football. The Mayo Funeral Homes, serving all faiths, makes it easier for those you love with pre-arranged funeral counseling, insurance, and pre-financed funerals. Mayo Funeral Homes also offers expert guidance in both traditional and cremation services. Mayo Funeral Homes, perfection in every detail.
In our efforts to support the Subaru Love Help Initiative, WNL is supporting 3 local business marketing grants from Seven Mountains Media. These grants will help our local businesses succeed, which leads to a stronger community. At WNL, we are more than just a car dealer, we are part of the community.
The home of the Berwick Bulldogs. This is W234BH Berwick at 94.7, WBWX W242CY Berwick at 96.3, W282CO Bloomsburg at 104.3, W288CF Danville at 105.5, and streaming online at thisispopradio.com. Pop Radio, a Seven Mountains Media radio station.
Bulldogs close this regular season with the victory, 39-34 here at Crispin Field. For an update on other scores, let's go to Julie Lentz.
Thanks again, Jim. So I got all finals to report because of how late our game ended up being. Bloomsburg, they beat Central Columbia 34-28. That was in overtime. Mount Carmel beat Shamokin 46-13 final. Southern Columbia, no surprise, they beat Shikellamy 55-6 final. Once again, the Dallas and Lake Lehman game is postponed until tomorrow. Wilkes-Barre area beat Wyoming Valley West 42-0 final. Williamsport, they beat Tunkhannock 33-0 final. Loyalsock, they beat Montoursville 50-21 final. Milton beat Warrior Run 33-14. That's also a final. North Pocono beat Crestwood 27-10 final. Nanticoke beat Hanover area 54-0 final. Wyoming area beat Pittston area 35-14 final. Again, the Valley View and Scranton prep game is postponed until tomorrow at 1 p.m. Lewisburg, they get to keep the Little Brown Jug. They beat Mifflinburg 35-0 final. Danville beat Executive Education Academy 52-20 final. Jersey Shore beat Central Mountain 62-0 final. And Selinsgrove, they beat Midwest 49-0. That's also a final. That's what I got for tonight. So let's head back one more time to Crispin Field with Jim and Andy.
Thank you very much, Julie. This game started well for Berwick. Their first possession, a 9-play, 90-yard drive, capped on a 1-yard touchdown run by Tyler Winter. Winter had a 43-yard run along the way. Quarterback Ethan Lear had a 27-yard run. Luke Peters kicked the extra point. Berwick led 7-0, and that held up through 1 quarter of play. In the second quarter, the Bulldogs added to their lead with a 45-yard drive, capped on a 1-yard run by Tyler Winter. Ethan Lear again big, a 29-yard run along the way. Luke Peters again with the extra point. Berwick led 14-0. And the Bulldogs added to that lead with 4:10 remaining in the half. capping an 11-play, 55-yard drive on a 1-yard keeper by Ethan Lear. Lear also had a 21-yard run along the way. He also threw a 12-yard pass to Billy Hansen. Peters with the extra point. Berwick was rolling 21-0. But Hazleton area got a 9-play, 71-yard scoring drive, capped with 34 seconds remaining. 4 Berwick penalties helped along the way. But the pass from Freddie Corrado to Xander Coleman, 35 yards for the score. Levi Kurtz kicked the extra point. So it was 21-7 Berwick at the half. Then a big turnaround in the third quarter. Berwick is stopped. They're facing 4th and 2 at their own 34-yard line. Hazleton area appears to be ready to get the ball again after scoring late in the half. Berwick elects to go for it on 4th and 2 from their own 34, and Jimmy DeAndrea not only gets the first down, he gets the touchdown, 66 yards off the left side. There was a problem with the holder and the snap. The extra point failed, but it was 27-7 Berwick. And then it looked like a Berwick romp with 7:39 to go in the third when the Bulldogs blocked the Hazleton area punt. Harrison Snyder recovered for the touchdown. Kick for the extra point was blocked, but Berwick was sailing 33-7. But there was no quit in this Hazleton area football team as Freddie Corrado led a 79-yard scoring drive with a 25-yard touchdown pass to Hansel Moran. Levi Kurtz with the extra point, 33-14. And then Hunter Johnson, a 1-yard touchdown run with 42 seconds remaining in the third, capping a drive. Pass for 2 failed, but it was 33-20, Berwick after 3. And then in the fourth quarter, leading by 13, Berwick elected to go to the air, and Riley Van Giltz with a big interception return to the Berwick 47-yard line. 12 plays later, Xander Coleman in from the 2. Kurtz with the extra point. All of a sudden, Berwick's lead was down to 6. The Bulldogs then went back to what they do best, the running game. 6 plays, all on the ground, 71 yards, a 35-yard burst up the middle by Tyler Winter for the touchdown. Pass for the 2-point conversion failed, but Berwick led 39-27, 3:32 to go. Hazleton area, they got a great kick return from Brian Diaz to the 27. And they did get in to score, but it took them 11 plays, used a lot of clock, used up all their timeouts. When Coleman went in from the 1-yard line, there was just 1:03 to go. It came down to the onside kick. Brock Sims recovered for the Bulldogs, and they win it tonight. Berwick 39, Hazleton area 34. Stats in tonight's game, Andy Lickney.
Well, a lot of offense, Jim. 63 plays for Hazleton area. They mustered up 251 yards. For Berwick, 45 plays, 348 yards. A very exciting game, sort of a game of 2 halves, too, where Berwick had a big edge in momentum in the first half, and then Hazleton coming back tremendously in the second half. Let's start with Hazleton's numbers. On the ground, and again, they're at a disadvantage. Brady Mazenko, their star running back, who would have surpassed 1,000 yards in this game most likely, hurt on the first play. 1 carry for him and just 6 yards. The team comes up with 63 net yards. 81 positive yards, but minus 18 between kneel downs and the quarterback being sacked. But they do put up 188 yards in the air with the freshman quarterback, Freddie Corrado. I have Corrado at 15 completes and 30 attempts, 188 yards. Let's go to the running game. Again, Mazenko out after the first carry of the game, just 6 yards for him. I was expecting to see Ashton Carlick kind of take his place because he had his 175-yard game against Valley West. He only had 3 carries for 11 yards. But it was the fullbacks, Hunter Johnson and Xander Coleman, who were smashing up the middle. Sometimes we're seeing Xander Coleman as a wildcat. But Hunter Johnson rushing, he ends up with 12 carries for 36 yards. And Xander Coleman, what an unstoppable athlete. 8 carries for 28 yards. Touchdown runs in there, really giving his team a spark, and on the receiving end as well. And then the team with minus 2 yards in the quarter, well, minus 26 yards for the team on 2 carries, and 7 for minus 2 for Freddie Corrado as he works his way back with one long sprint in the fourth quarter, getting out of trouble, making up for the sacks he had earlier. So it was 81 positive yards, 18 negative yards, a net of 63 on the ground for Hazleton area. For Freddie Corrado throwing, we mentioned 15 of 30 for 188. And the big man, we mentioned Xander Coleman. Boy, he could play on my team anytime. 6'3", 235, and a physical force and extremely athletic. I have him with 5 catches for 98 yards in the air. Others contributing, Riley Van Gilst, he had nice kick returns. 2 receptions for 10 yards on the game. Johansel Moran, I have him with 4 catches for 40 yards. I'm looking down at Hunter Johnson out of the backfield, 2 catches for 16. Bryant Diaz, 2 catches for 24. Making sure I'm not missing any one of the 15 catches. Massed 188 yards, added to the 63 on the ground. 251 yards in total offense, usually enough to win most games. Not in this one. Berwick with 45 plays, 348 yards in total offense. 322 on the ground, just 26 in the air. Ethan Lear passing, I am a 4 of 10 with an interception, 26 yards. Billy Hansen caught 3 of the 4 completions, 22 yards for him. Josh Kishbach caught a 4-yard pass. But it's the running game where Berwick did excel. 2 people with 100-yard games. Tyler Winter, 13 carries, 104 yards. Quarterback Ethan Lear running that read option with Winter. 14 carries for him for 123. Quite the double threat, each with 100 yards on this victory in the final game here at home for Berwick. Jimmy DeAndrea had the surprise run of the game. He ends up with 4 carries for 74 yards. But on a 4th and 2 where Berwick should punt by everyone's book, everyone would second guess if they come up short. I thought they just barked the signals. Instead, he just runs for a huge touchdown. Ends the game with that, for himself, a 66-yard touchdown burst. 4 carries for 74 yards for Jimmy DeAndrea. Braylon Hawkins, a 22-yard run. Ty Wilkerson, 1 carry for 1. The team with the kneel downs at the end give him a -2. But 322 yards on 35 rushing attempts. Add in the 26 yards in the air, 348 for Berwick. And Jim, what a thriller. What a fun game. Yeah.
You know, you think, oh, well, last game of the regular season, 2-7 versus 2-7. How interesting can it be? It was very, very interesting.
It sure was.
With the loss, Hazleton area closes the season at 2-8. Berwick improves to 3-7. Now, I can tell you the Bulldogs will be in the District 2 4A playoffs, and I can tell you they'll be on the road, but I can't tell you who they're going to play. That probably won't be sorted out until Sunday at the earliest, because there are a couple of games involving teams in the playoffs that will be played tomorrow. But the Bulldogs close out the season at 3-7. The final again, Berwick 39, Hazleton area 34. For Andy Ulickney and our producer Julie Lentz, this is Jim Doyle reminding you, you heard it live on Pop Radio.